Okay, so we're going to make sure the audio is working before we get everything going here.
I guess I have to refresh it.
It'll take about 30 seconds for us to actually do that because there's a 30-second delay.
Oh, that's...
About 30 seconds. There's
like a long
transcoding. We won't cut this out of when people watch it later because it's live and it's going right to YouTube. Maybe I could trim it out of YouTube.
Nah, that's the best part.
Okay. And as soon as we have confirmation that everything seems to be working.
Oh, 30-second delay.
We're good.
Okay. Ready, everyone?
All right.
Chelsea's not ready.
Now I'm ready.
Yeah, you want to mute that?
Oh, yeah.
No, look, I like it. We can start a round, a 30-second later
It's
round.
off now.
How do you do that? Row your boat is not
Yeah,
30
but
seconds.
you...
No.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. We've got the whole gang, it's all right here. All today on the Bennettarium.
Hot dog, it's the...
Bennettarium.
And it starts right now.
Welcome, one and all, to the Bennettarium. Episode 31, I believe.
31.
Been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been about like
It dusts
2
up the
months.
cobwebs.
Who's counting though? No one's. I mean, all 5 people who subscribe to this.
Just me and you that does the graphic design part. That's about it.
It's a weekly podcast, right? I thought
Well, it is.
yeah.
We should touch on that.
Oh, no, it's weekly, air quotes, weekly podcast.
Oh, we...
Except when we're busy.
So, Bennettarium is a podcast made by the creators of Steam Powered Giraffe and featuring most of the creators of Steam Powered Giraffe and not many other people, though we had a few guests, mostly just friends of Steam Powered Giraffe. But
People we trust in my apartment.
this voice that you're hearing right now, this is Isabella Bunny Bennett, and I play Rabbit in Steam Powered Giraffe.
This voice that you hear right now is Brian Barberin, and I play Zero.
This voice is Camille Penyak, and I am one of the Walter workers. Hello, I'm Chelsea Penyak. I'm Camille's sister, and I'm also a Walter worker with Steam Powered Giraffe.
My name's David Michael Bennett, and I play the Spine in Steam Powered Giraffe.
And I'm Goo the Flying Elephant, and I play Prancy Pants the Unicorn Donkey.
Yes, and I'm Felsie, the Chelsea sister. I also play Walter Worker here.
And I'm Ferdinand.
See, you all did it wrong. You didn't give your characters a far enough away voice from your own voice. So now when I talk and I just go into it, people are like,
Yay!
What are you talking
did the
about?
voice.
I'm just, well, I mean, you know.
For the spine voice.
It's
Not
like
with,
so-
that was
Oh,
our
so
impressions.
different.
That was our
spine
wonderful
voice.
I mean,
impressions.
Rabbit could change his voice.
Hello, my name's Rabbit.
Which is funny, like at a panel, like if I introduce myself first and then it gets around to you last, like, that's a pretty funny
We
way.
know how to set them up and knock them down for each other.
It's almost, we've done a few panels where
I'm
we've
just
done
gonna start
that.
stealing that. A 0!
You'll get the last laugh. And then Chelsea comes out and does
You know
it,
what?
and then
Most people don't know your voice yet,
What?
so you could keep changing it.
What do I do?
you just say, and I'm Chelsea.
No, what was my voice earlier? I always do the Pee-wee voice. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I thought it was Squidward. No, that was before.
That's just your impression
Okay.
of David. I feel like that's not a...
So last in our adventures of Steam Powered Giraffe, they had inherited some sort of ice cream mansion parlor. It was infested with cats.
Oh,
We
God.
didn't we have to go get a loan or something?
the like, I think I missed a podcast or 10 or something.
Well, we're not doing that, so
Come on, there's so many more doors.
Oh
we
man, I meant
What's in
to
this
like.
door, David?
I think what would be funner. Here's just the premise.
Funner?
What? Yeah. Yes.
Funner.
More funner.
Who am I to stop on your phone?
What if the robots have to design their own theme park?
All right, this sounds like a great.
It sounds like a terrible idea. I don't know why they're getting this idea, but
All right, so we're gonna inherit some sort of mansion.
With ice cream in
we have
it.
a lot of relatives that die.
All right, here we go. Last time on Steam Powered Giraffe. And this is where David's gonna edit in like a bunch of like recaps from the last one.
No, I'm not. No,
Audio
no.
clips to like summarize what happens.
We ain't got time for that.
What's in this door, the spine? That's pretty much all it was.
Is that what it was
like,
last time?
It was fine. What's in this store?
Yeah, well, we're not doing that again.
Well, those happen. That's happened.
Guys, this ice cream parlor mansion is not working for us.
Well, it's funny you should say that because the mailman just dropped off this letter outside.
What? Well, what does the letter say, the spine?
It's from our great aunt theme park.
We don't... Oh, how's she doing? Is she okay? She's my favorite aunt. I hope she's doing well.
She said that her aunt,
Okay.
Aunt Not Theme Park,
Mm.
just died and left her actual theme park.
Wait, so not theme park has a theme park?
I mean, the names,
But theme park?
people's names aren't what
so
they
she's
are all
saying
about.
is we're not getting a theme park.
No, we are getting a theme park.
Oh, we
But
are
wait,
getting a theme.
you just said that her aunt died and left to her theme park.
But she, yes.
Yeah, so she has a theme park. So how does that affect us?
Yes, but the letter goes on to say that she has no use of a theme park, so she's giving her aunt not theme park to her, and then she's gonna give it to
Alright,
us.
fine.
So-
This is how you should have read the letter. You should have said, "Hey guys, we got a theme park," and then from
Continued
there
on.
explain why
As
we have
well.
a theme park.
I didn't write the letter. I'm just reading it. I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, well, all right. Well, where is this theme park?
It says here it's in Missouri, Nebraska. That's kind of confusing, but that's where it is.
So we should phone the Walter Manor and tell Peter that we're going to be AWOL for a while.
Yeah, you think we should borrow some parts from him or something like that? We got to build a theme park?
I'm sure the theme park's in
So-
perfectly working
What do we
order.
need? A couple ribs, a couple fingers. What kind of parts we need to borrow? What?
Something of that sort.
Is that what you really were thinking, Zero, or
Well,
is that just Rabbit saying something creepy?
No, parts.
A misunderstanding.
Those are all
Parts.
good parts for theme parks.
But yeah,
You got the frog toss. You got to have the frog pieces for the frog toss. You know, there's things you need at theme parks, all right?
You know-
Whoa. We're gonna have a frog toss?
Yeah, frog toss is a theme park. We'll have a frog toss. We're going to have a frosty machine. We're going to have a cotton candy ball extraordinary... What?
Spine, write all this down. This is our idea, man. Right
Wait,
here. Look how
we
far
don't even
this
know
got.
what's in the theme park.
There's
What
gonna
if
be
it? What if it already has a frog
Well, there's
toss?
going to be a bathroom in there. Because you got to have a bathroom in a theme
In
park.
the frog toss?
Well, not in the frog toss, but in the theme park. If you don't have...
I'm sure it has restrooms. I mean, we're inheriting a theme park that was a theme park.
So is there a theme to it?
I've never been there.
Well, let's go. Let's get into the plane.
We have a plane?
No, we're gonna have to buy tickets, but I'm sure the audience watching this show, right, or listening, would love to watch us stand in line and get some tickets.
All right. Well,
to
actually,
Nebraska, Missouri.
we can't actually buy passenger tickets. We have to have an actual human buy freight tickets and ship us across via FedEx or something.
Hey, you know what? I know these two wonderful girls, Chelsea and God, what's the other one's name? I want to say Chamomile.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, all right. You know them. Do you have?
Wait, they're standing right here. Hey, Chamomile and what's the other one's name? I want to say Fred.
I believe it's Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Celso! Hey, Celso!
Hey,
Good to see
actually
you.
chamomile.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
What did I say?
It's actually, you said chamomile, but it could have been chamomile as well.
I don't know what I'm eating. I just picked it up off the floor.
Well, we need a ride to the airport and possibly someone to buy tickets and look the other way and give us the tickets and don't tell security that you've given us the tickets and smuggle us to Nebraska.
Okay, do you have any money?
They don't give us money.
You don't give us money.
I don't. You're right. We don't pay you.
Well,
Should we?
It's for the fun.
Well,
right?
I'm sure the Walters pay you, but we can't pay you directly.
No,
What are we gonna pay? We'll pay you in Rabbit's postage stamp collection.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I ate it. Anything you want from me, I'm just gonna have eaten it already. So you might as well not request any more items from me.
Rabbits.
I've been through a hard year.
Well, what about your shoe collection?
Oh,
What's in Nebraska?
Why?
No, it's not Nebraska. It's
Missouri, Nebraska.
Missouri, Nebraska.
Which is
In Nebraska, Missouri.
Yeah, there's the ice cream parlor. in the
wait?
mansion.
Aren't we in the ice cream parlor right now?
Oh, Wait.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call you out on not remembering where we're standing.
Well, next there's another one. There's not just one ice cream mansion.
Oh, right, obviously.
Didn't
Yeah.
you,
In the
didn't you hear,
world.
Spine? We inherited like 25 ice cream parlors across America. We can actually stay over there.
Huh? Don't we have like a show to do in a week or something?
Hey, if that lady was the other lady's aunt, is she really related to us?
I don't think anyone can be related to a robot anyways, so...
All right, well, let's get into our hyperjet and,
Oh, we have a hyperjet now.
you know, just for the sake
Why
of
do
this,
you need
I
us to
think
drive you?
We're in, did we say drive?
Someone said drive.
I said drive.
Wait, let's go ask Jeff Goldblum for his machine.
These are actual conversations in real life, Go. This is it's flowing exactly how it works.
To a T.
Yes.
Hello? Jeff Goldblum?
Are you just shouting out into the abyss, hoping
Are you trying to summon him?
he's not dead?
Jeff Goldblum? Can we use your teleportation pod to get to Missouri, Nebraska?
You can't just summon him without a. You're gonna need a piece of his clothing and a DVD of the Lost World.
All right. Well, I do happen to have his lapel from that movie because I'm a collector.
The lapel movie?
Yeah.
There was a movie where he had a lapel?
Yes, it was.
I'm pretty sure I know every.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
He doesn't have a lapel in that movie.
Wasn't he an alien in that one?
Yes, and there was a lapel that he wore on set. It didn't appear in the movie, but I still paid an outrageous price for it.
What's a lapel?
You know what?
I'm not gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about.
Here, I'm showing you right here. Oh wait, there's video. I'm not rabbit. So I'm tugging on my lapel.
You're not
right
rabbits? Wait, you're a doppelganger this whole time?
Wait, are you Jeff Goldblum?
Here. No, I'm not rabbit, but I'm rabbit. This is out of character, and this is in character.
Oh, so you see,
tell
the problem
it's a subtle
there
voice.
is
Because your voice doesn't change. You
No,
see,
it
if you were
does.
someone like the Spine, then you can change
All right,
characters.
do over.
Okay.
So here we are at this ice cream festival. And with our lapels, we all have beautiful lapels here.
Last time on Steam Powered Giraffe, the robots got into an ice cream factory. What will happen next week? We're not going to do it next week. Thanks for tuning in for Steam Powered Giraffe. What are we calling this?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Sweet. Well, we got real far in that one.
All right.
We made it outside of the park.
Wait 4 more months and we'll continue that story.
Can they summon Jeff Goldblum to use his teleportation pod? And will they come out on the other side as a crazy, mixed up robot?
Who has a
Fusion.
copy of The Lost World on DVD?
How's
Find out next time.
the stream going? Is it still working?
Yeah.
Just making sure there's no
We're
complaints.
watching
Like,
it.
Oh my gosh.
No complaints.
Okay.
And
I mean, other than like,
I
be funny.
I have a list of
Stop
like
talking about Jeff Goldblum.
I have a list of things we can talk about when you want to do that.
Let's touch on where we've been and why we haven't done the podcast for so long.
Yeah.
Okay, so our last podcast was July 24th, right after our Escondido Comic-Con show.
Someone remembers.
I have it all. I'm organized.
I am not.
So right after that, on July 29th, we performed at the Bristol Renaissance Fair in Wisconsin, and wow, how did that go?
Oh wow, that was a while ago.
That
Yeah.
was lots of fun.
I
We haven't done
didn't
this in a
get
long
any
time.
cheese like I said I would.
Well, we
It's
got a little bit of
true.
cheese. A
No
little bit of
Wisconsin cheese. For
Oh,
me.
we did. We went to
We went to Cheddar's.
Cheddar's.
And then
You
everyone was
guys
like, why'd you
did.
go to Cheddar's? I'm like, huh?
and we asked ourselves the same
know.
question.
We were tired. We just ordered room service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did get eaten by mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, awful.
Eaten alive.
It took like 3 weeks for those bites to go away.
Yeah, like they flew up my pants. I had
Yeah.
everything was covered.
To be fair
And then-
though, like during the day the weather was really nice, but it was at night when we were doing autographs
Oh,
for
yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
We were in the
That's when they
dark.
bit us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
couldn't
okay,
see 'em.
so I had it the
couldn't
worst because I was
scream.
standing right next to the light, and the entire left side of my body was covered in bites because that
It's
was
true.
the side that was in the light.
I just kept
think next year
smacking you.
You're
trying
gonna
to
have to
get
request something because I was just
Like a flamethrower. Just
like.
But it was like a tent, tent or
yeah,
something.
like it's just and lots of mosquitoes.
But like so
spray.
many people came out to see us at that one. Afterwards, like we did autographs for like 3 hours. It was a really great
can we like
turnout.
set up a dummy with like blood in the corner?
A blood dummy, obviously, yeah.
A blood dummy, you know. We'll put it in the. We'll bring it in the airplane. Like, go, mosquitoes, go. We'll, like, cut them a little bit. So
My
like,
favorite, my
on the
favorite
plane?
is when they brought us pizza and then they sprayed bug spray all
Oh,
over.
it's like all over. Like, no, I still ate it, though.
So
Yeah,
I
me
was like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I think we lucked out because we didn't have any mosquito issues during the show, but I think it's
Yeah.
because the weather was nice during the day.
Plus,
Yeah.
I had a cape on, so capes keep away mosquitoes.
You did.
That was sweet.
So that was it was a great. We hadn't done Renaissance fairs or something like outdoorsy kind of like that
No.
ever before.
It
So
was so pretty. There were like trees covering the
it was nice. It
stage.
was nice.
And we got to watch the joust. That was super
Yeah,
cool.
next day
Yeah.
we
That was
actually
super
went.
cool, yeah.
We had to leave the next day, but we still had enough time to go and experience the
Joust. And
fair a little bit.
And what's the guy who's like, he just made fun of people and people threw tomatoes at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember there.
He was
That was
very-
fun.
called,
That was fun.
Tomato guy, yeah.
The tomato man.
the tomato game. I think that's what
Yeah.
the thing was called.
Oh yeah. That was
That's
like my
what-
favorite
that's what
thing.
it was,
I was like, I'll just sit here all day and watch him insult people. Like, what a
He
yeah. He
great
was
job.
good. He was funny. He was
Yeah.
really good.
So if maybe we'll be able to do more Ren fairs. We're crossing our fingers for three a year. Yeah, I think we should do all of them if they want us for the
yeah,
New
I
York
really
one. Oh,
enjoyed it.
sure,
It's
why
a
not?
fun event, yeah.
So we could do one in California. We could do the one in the Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then we could do one in New York.
I love the fact that when we went to England and we told them about Renaissance fairs, they
They-
laughed at us.
yeah.
Like, you dress up like us? Like, the whole time, like, we have a castle.
Yeah, they're like, well, we
so-
have
yeah,
castles.
we
we
don't
don't.
do Renaissance fairs. We do reenactments.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's a little
okay.
different over there.
Yeah, I see that.
But to be fair, like when I go to Renaissance Fair, like if I'm just going as a character that I'm gonna make or something, like
Yeah.
it's all about fantasy for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to really. I mean, I like seeing the reenactment stuff, but I like the fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
But to be fair, not everyone does it too well.
To be fair, in the fair. I don't know. I just saw that you used the same
Well,
word. and
that
I was
Bristol
like,
one
hey,
is
there's a joke
nice
there.
because they
And I made a
actually have
joke.
like a town, like buildings and everything.
Yeah.
The Irwindale
Yeah.
one here in California isn't.
Yeah,
doesn't
they had to
have
construct buildings and
Yeah,
stuff for
yeah.
that one.
And it's like,
yeah.
it was nice and shady. Like, the trees were, it was nice.
Like,
It was cool, it was cool.
so nice.
It was like cooler than it was in California.
for whatever reason. So yeah, that was a good event. What did we do next after that? We all had it. We intended to do a podcast in between, but it just we couldn't find the time with rehearsals and packing and
Yeah, we had a lot
Yeah.
going on in August. Then at the end of August 27th, I believe, was our UK show. So we flew to Lincoln, UK, and we did the Asylum Steampunk Festival. Our second year, another great success.
Brian's first year with us doing
Yeah.
the UK. This whole every show comes up as the first
Yeah,
year.
it's the first time doing that. That was nice. It was my second Ren fair. That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got this awesome syrup from a fan.
Oh, you tell us about that.
In the
Yeah.
UK.
Well, it's been sitting in your apartment for like the past 2 weeks. I'm trying.
We haven't seen each other. Well, we saw each other at Dragon Con, but we.
They were
you
like,
know what I mean?
I can't look at anybody for at least a week. Ah.
This is like the first time that we're all coming together, other than like Chelsea and I.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we work here together, but yeah, no, I mean it was a whirlwind 2 weeks because right after the UK we were home for 1 day and then we flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and did Dragon Con, which is
But let's talk about this syrup before we get into Dragon Con.
Oh yeah, what's up? She says you can put it on anything. It's like
it has gingerbread.
They give
it's
you a
called
list.
Yeah.
Gingerbread man.
What brand is
Gingerbread.
that? That's,
It's called Lyle's Golden Syrup. So it's like I don't know why it says baking underneath it, but it's like syrup, baking. Like, we want me to bake with it?
Baking.
I'm not sure, but you can make seriously chocolatey
Well, wait,
brownies.
is it like
wholesome apple oat crumble?
Caro syrup? K-A-R-O,
I don't
like
know. I'm
that
about
corn
to
syrup
I'm
that.
about to open it up and find out what's going on. with
What
it.
did we?
Whoa.
I'm used to make something with carrot
Here
syrup.
we go. Let's see if
Like
he
a
likes
hard
it.
fudge.
Okay. All right.
Oh God. You're gonna regret that. Oh God.
Nicely done.
Oh, it's
Sweet.
like
Is it like
it's good. It's like caramelly. You're right.
Okay,
Like
huh.
something like that. That's super good though. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyone want some in your tea? You want
No.
some syrup?
I'm good.
Some syrup in your tea?
No, I'm
Some syrup in your syrup in your
I
tea?
already drank my tea.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Well,
You
just
want to put it
keep
in your
that.
tea?
you want? Anyone want a spoonful of syrup? Anyone?
no, I'm good.
Just
Thanks.
squeeze a little bit in your mouth. Anybody else around the table?
No thanks.
Share some syrup with me. That's what it is.
Go make me some apple crumble. Or
You're
whatever.
missing out. No, I'll make these delicious chocolatey brownies. Seriously, chocolatey brownies. Sound
Okay.
bomb. Yeah.
But yeah, that we didn't also just get Brian some syrup.
It was mostly the syrup.
That was it,
but-
though.
Rummy.
It was a fun event. If you've never been, because you're not in the UK, It's
Too bad.
taken place in Lincolnshire, a pretty historical town from what we know.
There was a
Lincoln.
castle.
I mean, all of England's
Lincoln is the
historical
town.
compared to America.
Yeah, but there was like a castle, and there was
Yeah.
a lot of stories.
Yeah,
that
that-
And we were
I don't
pretty close to
remember.
Gotham.
What?
Gotham, the place that inspired not Tim Burton's Batman's Gotham.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
There's a
Yeah.
place called Gotham, really?
Yeah, near Nottingham, I think.
Nottingham's a real place too.
Yeah.
What else is
I
there?
went to Nottingham. It was
What
cool.
else? Is Wakanda a place there?
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, that was right next to
Wow, England has a lot.
a lot hiding there.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
So the festival takes place around the area where the castle is. There's a little bit of events going on at the art college over there at the Bishop Gross. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Bishop Gross University.
Yeah,
Gross.
I've heard
Grotesque.
it. I've heard it pronounced
Grotesque.
Grost. I've heard it
Grotesque.
Gross.
Bishop Grost. I've heard Bishop Grotesque.
Well,
So I
whatever.
don't
It
know.
is. Anyways,
I don't
it was a
know.
lot of fun. We got to do a dinner with some fans who bought tickets to eat dinner with us. Our first night there, and then
So I'm just rolling this water, dropping it over here. Like, won't stop.
Really impressive.
Yeah,
It
I
reminds
think-
me of
I
like
think
in
this
Bugs
stuff
Life,
is
where
a-
they're like they hold the drops of water.
We got
what?
distracted
In
very
Bugs Life?
easily.
Where
Oh
they-
yeah, totally. Got like. Have you seen those? They got the
yeah,
yakisoros
it's
in like, Japan.
it's meant for
Like,
like
yeah, they're like it disintegrates in your mouth.
I gotta go to
tablecloths
Japan.
meant for like parties and stuff. So it's
So
probably
you just
like
spill whatever you
slightly.
want.
It's not really how it works, but it's supposed to be easy to clean.
So anyway,
So yeah, we got to
we had a
We had
dinner
to
in
eat.
the UK.
we did the dinner. We got to have tea the next
That was fun,
afternoon with some fans who bought tickets to go drink tea and talk to us. And we got to rotate. Steve joined us. He's the only person right now that isn't with us because he doesn't do podcasts. Maybe in the future we'll convince him, but
Steve's
so far
not
no
with
luck.
us right now.
But yeah, so and then we did the concert, which was definitely, I mean that's the reason why we go there. But
Yeah.
but we get to interact with people is the
No,
second
it
thing.
was it was so I could go to Warhammer Worlds. Everything else was just.
Just a little.
After the
little
UK,
added.
we immediately went to Dragon Con.
Oh yeah.
That was in Atlanta,
Hotlanta.
About a day to pack.
Georgia.
I would say less than a day because
Well, it was. We got
Yeah.
back super late. On Tuesday. We like got in Wednesday, and then Thursday morning we left.
Yeah.
So it was like.
I don't even remember being here in San Diego that Wednesday because
I was eating a lot of
I was
laundry.
driving
Laundry.
I was driving all
Laundry,
over the
basically.
city between here and my house,
Yeah.
like doing laundry, packing for Dragon Con. It was just like a fever dream.
Yep, and then and Dragon Con's a huge convention,
That
like
was new for
80,000
us.
plus people, and there's a good, I want to say 20,000 plus going to the Asylum on the busiest days,
Yeah.
like at least going through that area. I think they range somewhere in the thousands, like maybe 5,000 like actual event goers, but there's so many tourists there for the event too.
That's
But
pretty nuts.
Dragon Con like takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, and this hotel area that just it goes from the Marriott, the Hyatt, the
It's huge.
What was it?
Yeah.
80,000?
Huge
Yeah,
hotel.
80,000
About
plus.
80,000
Yeah,
people.
that's
Yeah.
wild.
So yeah, we did our concert at 1 in the morning. It didn't start. Unfortunately, some delays with the sound check before us. Set it back half an hour, and then our setup took about another half hour, and then there was a delay with getting the mains and the front fills working and the video, and that delayed it to about another half hour.
Yeah.
So we were already about an hour not an hour behind, but a half an hour behind. But we didn't start the show till 3 a.m., which
Yeah, it was a
which
late
was
one.
unfortunate for
Yeah.
people who were tired.
I keep
In
coming
the
back
audience.
Yeah, I keep coming back around to the term fever dream because that's all that was to me. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I really did that all that dancing and performing at like 3 in the morning. Like what?
Yeah.
How is my
In
body
the witching
functioning? Yeah, especially after all the travel to the UK. Like I don't know how I was still on my feet by that point.
And after that, like I think we got out of there. We finished autographs because we stay for autographs after our shows. I think it was 7 a.m. or 7:30 when we finally got
Got to sleep.
done.
Yeah, definitely caught the sun. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I can't look at you, sun, before I go to sleep.
And you guys had to wake up extra early because we were like
Yeah.
not kind of taking shifts.
Yeah.
the
But
merch
yeah.
the merch table was like a really great experience though
Yeah.
because like there was so much foot traffic. The area where they had our table was in like the Marriott hotel like ground floor, and it was open 24/7. Like we could have stayed open all night selling if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Like never closing. It was
really
so
cool-
weird and
Cool
surreal.
people, though.
Yeah.
And our third day there, we got to do the panel with Dr. Q, which was
Said I missed that.
which was great. It was standing
awesome.
room only.
Yeah.
I like saying that.
Yeah,
Standing room only.
he
There was
was like-
10 people standing, but it was a standing room only.
Yeah, but I mean, it was definitely the biggest room they had there. So
Yeah,
it was like-
yeah.
And Dr. Q was such a cool host.
Oh yeah, it made it flow real
Yeah.
nice. I wish we had moderators like him or
More
anyone
often,
like him.
yeah.
Yeah,
because
he's
it flows a little better because otherwise, if you moderate your own panel, it kind of drags a little.
Like, I want to take him with us to like
Yeah.
whatever come.
That being
comedy
said,
next.
in the UK we had a great moderator too.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
very true.
yeah.
The gentleman
Yeah,
that
yeah.
took that over was real great. That was
Yeah.
and then immediately they opened up like a curtain and we did photos. It was just like so seamless, so great.
It's really nice when you see events orchestrated like that.
Totally.
Dragon Con, the panel worked out great. Some great questions.
Yeah.
All that. Lots of
we
love.
met a lot of East Coast people that don't get to see us a lot, so that was really great.
And maybe if you're, I guess if you were at Dragon Con and you liked having us there, you can rate those two events, the panel and the concert, on the Dragon Con app. I think that's still a thing. If it's not, you can let them know. And you never know. Maybe we'll be able to come back.
After all that, we've been kind of tired.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been slow going.
we had a
Sleep.
lot of
Sleep.
stuff
Yeah.
pop up in the last couple months. The Wisconsin gig, Dragon Con,
and that's not even counting the stuff we can't talk about.
can we still not talk about?
Not yet. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Not
soon
yet.
we've been busy, so you're
Yeah.
gonna hear some stuff. So.
There's the only thing I think we could probably say is we're going to have another California show pop up soon, and it's going to be on Halloween.
Cool.
So
all right. So there you go.
there you go. And it will be free, so to attend,
There
which
you
is
go.
which is really really cool. So we'll talk more about that event.
People are gonna
when
start
we're
sleuthing now.
There's nothing. You're not going to find it because it's not official yet. But
Secret show.
we'll definitely announce all that in due time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other stuff? I mean, it's hard to think of everything because
We've just been focusing on the live act. I mean,
Yeah.
we got Zero Song in. We've been practicing new songs and other old songs, bringing back
Yeah, totally.
new dances with Chelsea and Camille.
Yeah.
I think I may have talked about that. Yeah, I think I did talk about that because Anime Midwest was the beginning of July, and that was our first performance
there
of
been
Me
a
and My Baby.
Podcast since then.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
we
I don't
did
think
one.
you
I
were
wasn't
here.
there. I had
but
work, I think.
That's our newest dance, and like it's a really good
It's
one.
a fun one. It's like become
It's
instantly
my favorite
fave.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones are great too, the two slower ballets, but this is a change of
Yeah,
pace.
We put on some character shoes and have a little bit more fun with it.
yeah.
Not that it wasn't fun before, but you know what I mean.
It's a fun number to do.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. After doing like two slow ballads, they're a little bit more dramatic and
Yeah.
classically ballet. This one wearing like dance heels and stuff
Yeah.
and kind of like swinging around and having fun with it is like really nice.
I like the swing. It's
It's-
very swingy.
It's one of my favorites already, and like I just
Yeah,
wanna
someone
keep doing it.
did like film at least like 10 seconds after we started because no
Yeah.
one
It
knew.
looks awesome.
Yeah.
and it looks good. Yeah.
There's a great video, and I can't believe I had food poisoning that
Oh,
show.
that was Anime
no.
Midwest.
But-
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
everyone
yeah.
did. Yeah,
it was
The devil
awful.
show.
we talked. We talked about that
we
last
did.
podcast, I think.
That
But,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, someone got a good video of almost the entire Me and My Baby the very
Nice.
first time we did it, and it's so funny because at the
we hadn't
very
seen it before, and I was like, "Oh, that
it
looks better
really
than I thought.
good. But at the very end of the dance, the two people in front of the camera look at each other and grab each other and start like shaking and freaking out. It's so great. But no, it's like really popular with the fans.
I'm glad we brought
I
that
love
song
it.
back.
I'm glad
it's
they just
great.
they cut the video before Chelsea, Bryan and I vomited and shit our pants.
No, like I
I
know-
felt like the Michelin Man, like just going on stage, just like
To
we
be
really
fair-
wrote
gonna
it.
pop
Oh
at any
god.
time.
we all three of those shows were fun in their own and great in their own ways.
Yeah.
But out of those last three we did, Anime Midwest was the best.
Yeah.
Says the best, and yet, like I can barely do the robot. I'm like,
We were
But
David and I were great. We were
but
fine.
maybe, but you know, that's from my point of view. I thought that was the best, but I am taking into account like how I felt. So
I was gonna say,
I mean, it was
I was
still a
like,
fun
you guys
show.
did great.
I was really surprised when I looked at the video because I was like trying to give it my all, and I was like, okay, I don't look like I was dying, but I definitely felt like it.
Well, I start by being around you all, I started to feel sick just by
placebo.
I was like,
Looking
oh.
at him.
We never got sick. We never got sick.
No, we never got sick.
I knew I was in trouble when me and my baby was like the first out of 3 dances I had to do, and I ran out and immediately felt like I was ready to lay down on the floor and take a nap. I was like, this isn't gonna be good.
I didn't say anything, but I got food poisoning in Atlanta.
Oh man.
I did not barf or anything. I was like, I did every technique I could think of to I was sitting in the
God.
shower in cold water, all this stuff, trying not to get my reflexes to barf up, and eventually it passed. It just took a long night of
I remember you telling me.
oh my god, it was horrible. I don't know. It's just because you're
You're
eating
just-
food
yeah.
prepared that really quickly from usually the store down below and stuff.
True.
It's
just
always an adventure traveling.
80,000 people, yeah. It's horrible.
We had a lot of food delivered when we ate real food. So,
Yeah.
but I ate a few of the sandwiches from. So
Yeah.
you just gamble.
Roll the
Gamble.
dice,
I think it
Roll
was
the
just
dice.
bottled water that. I mean, it must
In
have been the
Anime
bottled
Midwest,
water
yeah.
in Anime
Yeah,
That was the
Midwest.
only
Because
common
we
factor.
didn't
We didn't
have
drink
it
any
at the
of it,
merch
yeah.
table when they brought it to
Yeah.
us.
I was drinking tap. Ugh.
Yeah, but you were stoked now.
I had.
But
looked
look
it,
at me now.
Tap water.
It was fun. I mean, our
Yeah,
tour
no,
is
it's fun.
technically not over for the year. We have
Yeah.
Tour.
So,
Yeah.
upcoming shows. Next week, we go to Lockport, Illinois.
Next week.
In the Chicago. Next weekend, September 23rd is our show in
do we get another-
Lockport.
Is that a Saturday?
Yes,
It's a good
Saturday
night.
the 23rd.
Saturday's a great night for shows.
Wait, are we gonna do our bit now?
It's a really great
Saturday,
show.
Saturday night makes a great segue for me and my baby.
That one's fun
Yeah.
though. I like-
It's a fun event.
Yeah,
It's a
I
fun
like
event.
that.
We're just
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah, the mayor and his wife of Lockport, Illinois, put on this steampunk event called the. It's actually a few weekends,
So,
I think.
it's
It's
part
not
of
just
their-
steampunk. They have other stuff.
It's part of their summer art series, and I believe you can go to summerartseries.com, and that's their website. And they bring us in for the steampunk weekend. It's like a summer-long thing.
Cool.
It's the Great Midwestern Ballyhoo, I think,
Yeah.
is this weekend, right? Yeah.
Well,
Or next
I think
weekend.
that's like
The
the
Ballyhoo?
name of it. Great Midwestern Ballyhoo.
Is that the
Ballyhoo?
steampunk weekend is called that?
I think there's 3 different names for it, but
They have
yeah.
Ballyhoo shirts because
Ballyhoo.
that's something I wanted.
I guess you'll find out.
Ballyhoo.
No, that one's fun. Like a little
And-
single,
yeah, and there
single
There's
day
this
event.
great Mexican restaurant.
It was really good, and no,
No.
you don't know. It
No, I
passed.
don't.
Actually good.
No, I don't know.
We're all from San Diego, and
Yeah.
it passed all of our.
It was good.
What?
We were
Really?
surprised.
I don't remember.
How did you end up there? This is like.
It was
question
in
number
walking
one.
distance from.
It's
Oh,
in walking
okay.
distance,
All right.
and we were in a very small town area,
Yeah.
so there wasn't many options. And I think we ate at that Mexican place 3 nights in a row
Yeah.
or
It was
whatever.
good. It was
Okay.
the best.
Yeah.
I accept.
It's a little different, but it's good.
I accept.
So at that event, there's a VIP opportunity if you're buying tickets. We also have discount codes. Check our website and Facebook event if you want to save 10 or 15% on any tickets to that event. But there's a VIP ticket thing that you're able to get better seating. There's air conditioned room where you can eat some snacks and
Isn't there
stuff.
photo ops too?
And no, it's like a restroom that's not an outhouse. That's good if you have the VIP tickets.
Cool.
I don't know if that's worth it. But you also there's a photo ops. I think it's I don't know the exact details of it, but basically they have a photo booth set up similar to last year, but they're going bigger this year, and you get to meet the band before the show, and that's where you might be able to take a photo with us at this photo booth thing. It's not like a printout photo or anything. I think it's just use your own cameras. But and then after the show, we'll be sticking around to sign autographs for everyone, not just VIPs.
and then
stuff.
cringing every time the train rolls by.
Oh yeah, that was.
Man.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
train that goes. That's
Like,
literally
right
20,
behind
you.
20
Next
feet
to-
behind you.
And it
No.
just goes.
Loud.
Oh, it's like
But it's just like
because
oh,
there's
I
no
can
warning.
process.
Do you stop the show every time it goes by?
Yeah,
Like the
at
Starlight
the
Theater?
or yeah.
Starlight Theater?
No, we got IMs. We're not gonna hear it. Maybe we will.
Did we? I think we might have paused during talking for the train once, but
It wasn't. It was only noticeable when our backs were to it, signing autographs.
it was so scary. So scary.
Because you think, is there a train coming? Because it's so close to you. Like, if you leaned too far back, you'd probably hit the train.
No, yeah, like I've done that once where I got trapped between two trains coming. Like, this was in like
Is that a play?
oh my gosh, it was scary because the amount of force. Like, I just had to stand there, and everyone was looking at me like shaking their heads like, oh my god. And yeah, like the force of going against each other, it felt like I was gonna die. I mean, there was I was legally like there was a platform, but it's just like you don't want to stand there while. And they weren't stopping. They were just right through that station. Oh my god, it was scary.
Trains are cool.
I could have died.
So Lockport, see you there if you're going to the event.
Next
We'll
up
be performing on the train tracks.
So next up, after that show, we have a show in Barstow, California, at the Barstow Community College, I believe.
Yeah, that's a little out northeast of San Diego.
Is that in September?
Yeah. Is it northeast? I know it's like I always stop in Barstow on my way to Vegas, so it's like east
November.
of San Diego, maybe northeast. Yeah.
A little northeast.
Is it in
Yeah,
November?
northeast.
Where is it?
November 18th.
Okay.
I think that's a Saturday.
Yeah, they have a nice quote unquote high tech theater out there. I've seen the stuff. It's a good for their the community college out there. So it's a nice. It's gonna be a nice place to see a Steam Powered Giraffe show.
So if you're more central
Probably
California.
SoCal.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah.
higher up there, but
It's like maybe LA area. I think it's like a 3-hour drive from us.
okay.
Not sure, but yeah, it's a SoCal area.
Barstow.
So that's something fun to attend in November and there's a student discount if you actually go to that school.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, and then next month, about a month
Yeah.
later, we have the Bakersfield December 16th show. That's also in California. So that's northwest. It's north.
They're
Northwest.
They're kind of like both in the SoCal area.
Basically, they're in the middle of nowhere, both of them. But
Yeah.
but
One's more east, one's more north.
but anytime we can get out of San Diego area, even a little bit, it's beneficial.
So SoCal gets a lot of us at the end of this year.
But Bakersfield is our 5th annual show at that space. It's our Yulmus special.
And that's also Baker's University of Cal.
Yeah, it's not run by the school. They're just renting the theater.
Yeah.
from
It's the theater on a campus. in
where
Bakersfield.
where Barstow's actually the school is actually having
Yeah.
us. The
Bakersfield
Bakersfield one
is
is we're
just us
they're just
renting
using
the
the theater.
theater.
Yeah.
The Bakersfield show is actually going to go to support the Ronald McDonald house in Barstow. So
No, in
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
did I say Barstow?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
other.
Bees.
There,
Bakersfield. Yes. So in Bakersfield, Ronald McDonald House, portion of your ticket sales go that.
Yeah.
Is that
That's-
Brawley? And Brawley?
Yeah, I was just
No,
going to mention
no.
Brawley. at City Ballet, the company always like does little like outreach shows in all those areas, and they call them the 3Bs because they do Barstow, Brawley, and Bakersfield.
Oh, so we're doing our reach out.
yeah.
Yeah. We're doing our part.
They're really fun shows. Hope you attend.
And yeah, that December one's gonna be it's not Christmas themed, it's Yulmus themed, which is a made up
No.
holiday.
So does that mean Steve's going to bring his lights?
I was wondering that too.
We're gonna talk technical writer stuff on the podcast.
Well, I'm just saying. Anyways,
They're good lights.
our
Yeah.
localer shows.
Yes, any
more local
local-
shows have been stepped up a notch.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
yes,
go
local.
ahead.
Yes,
I was
lights. Local shows. We always bring most of our own equipment, so we will be bringing Steve's lighting rig, which we've used on the YouTube concerts, as well as Michael Reed, which
I
we've
was-
used on the
yeah.
on the
say-
Comic Con.
On the stage.
For local shows now, we're gonna have
Not all local shows.
No, but
but those two for sure were signed on for Michael Reed.
Oh, so Barstow and Bakersfield,
Bakersfield.
we're gonna have Michael Weed.
Yep.
Weed.
Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Weed.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
He's back. He's
so-
back and better than ever.
So yeah, and we usually announce when Mike is going to be at a show. We always air on like, oh, he won't be at a show. But if you see a little, advertisement on a show poster like, hey, Mike, special guest musician Michael Reed.
He's coming through.
He joined us after like I don't know how many years we
it's
had.
like 4.
He joined us at the Comic Con show that we did during Comic-Con in San Diego.
It was a really good show. It was really a really tight show.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
was
a
good.
one.
And now that we've done it once, we're like, yeah, this works out real well. So we can totally do that in the future with Mike. And yeah, I want more people to see those shows when he's there, because the Comic-Con one, I mean, it was a good, well attended show, but not gonna compare to like other shows that aren't around Comic-Con.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, hopefully more people can. And hey, maybe we'll do one of these YouTube concerts again before the year's out.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of covers for a couple months into next year. Of course, we'll have more shows to announce, but
We're just if in case anyone's wondering, we're not doing Youmacon this year. I know we've been doing that one for the last few years in a row.
So many years.
Oh yeah.
But we've done it just straight for like 5 years. It's just crazy.
And we would love to do it again if they have us in the future, but they're not going to have us this year. But there's plenty of other stuff to see at Youmacon. It's a pretty big convention.
That's a good convention.
20,000 plus people at that one.
All right.
Maybe even more. That was probably a few years ago. But it's a pretty big convention in
If you like
Michigan.
anime, it's the place to be.
And I guess that's all that's pretty much catching up with the show stuff.
Yeah.
All that.
That's as much as we have to talk about right now.
Cool.
What next?
What has everyone been up to in the downtime in the last 2 weeks?
Well, we've only been. It's not even been 2 weeks, so.
Literal downtime, just laying on the couch trying to get
I kind
better.
of feel the same.
Didn't wait. Because I know the Penyacs and I, when we got back, like we basically started to get a little sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we all.
I was like sneezing and stuff.
Yeah, I was saying
Still
earlier, mine
sneezing.
wasn't that bad, but it always sticks around for a while.
It
the
was.
sinus
It
stuff.
felt like con crud, as people call
Yeah.
it.
I was sick through the whole tour.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I made it through all of it except for the very last day at DragonCon.
Yeah. I was fine this time. But
Oh.
past like 3 times, something bad happened. So I was like, I needed to win.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, like ever since we got back, it's kind of just been I mean, I still have a lot of work to do here for Steam Powered Giraffe. So
Yeah.
when I'm not working, like I think I've literally had like one real day off since we got back,
Yeah.
and I laid in bed and watched literally the entire 4th season of BoJack Horseman all in one day.
Yeah, that
Just
did too.
yeah,
I'm
just like
waiting- I'm
12
still waiting to
episodes in a
watch
row.
it.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything else.
That was my first day off too.
Yeah.
Was a few days.
We
I
ago.
sat
can't
through-
talk about it now.
I sat through the Defenders, and it was so long.
Oh, I
It
did
was
too.
so long.
No,
said
I
sat
did that
through.
in the UK because I was
Oh
so
my
bored and it
God.
was it didn't help me.
It
I was
was-
still bored.
It was the most boring. Like I feel like anytime anyone put a little energy.
This
into
is the new
line,
Netflix
Yeah.
superhero show, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure everyone out there knows.
Oh my gosh, it's not
Anytime-
good, huh?
Well, man, it's just like
I
it's
just-
just so boring.
Yeah,
she,
really
she
boring.
texted me because we like all had our own little rooms in the UK,
Yeah.
and like she texted me the first night, and she's like, "Oh, I'm trying to fall asleep, jet lag. I'm just gonna put Defenders on, and so far it's doing the job. It's putting me to sleep."
I heard Humans is also like tanking.
Oh,
It
God.
looks
Yeah.
awful.
It looks
Yeah.
bad.
It
It doesn't
really
even
bad.
look good.
Marvel's not. They need to step up their game.
I haven't
not-
seen
well,
any of them.
Show-wise,
I mean, I don't think anyone's doing.
I like
real
Daredevil,
great
the
on
first
the
Daredevil on
TV
Netflix,
front.
Yeah.
but I didn't
Yeah.
watch. I couldn't
I like
get through
I
most
like
of the
parts
others.
of the I like parts of the second
Punisher
one too.
specifically.
And I like a bit of I like Luke Cage, but Luke Cage is also a boring. just boring
They all hit that kind of point in the mids.
He punches
Yeah.
really
They
hard.
punch.
And you know what, dude? No one is consistent with the fighting style
No.
or strength. Like sometimes Luke Cage is getting beat up by like just some dude. You know, it's like, he's not gonna get
Well,
beat up by him. Or
besides,
Jessica
like-
Jones, she can
Yeah.
throw a car, but all of a sudden she's like in a fight with a regular guy and she's like losing.
So it's basically whatever's convenient for the plot,
Yeah,
which is never
100%.
good.
Well, besides
100%.
Daredevil, it was like the other three's powers is punching.
Yeah,
So I was like,
or taking a punch.
or taking a
There's
punch.
a couple scenes where like Luke Cage just like takes a couple punches, like, psh, psh,
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm strong.
I feel like they almost avoid the superhero aspect a little much.
They do.
I mean, I
much.
like the character,
They do.
the actors and stuff,
Just-
except for Iron Fist. that
well,
one was
Daredevil's
awful.
the only one with a costume, and he looks out of place, but
Yeah.
he shouldn't.
Yeah, and the Defenders, like he's the only one. It's like you didn't get the
Yeah.
memo that we're not doing costumes. Daredevil, we're not doing costumes.
Yeah, Jessica Jones can fly. Like she can fly, and not once is she like wee. Like,
She never flies in the Defenders.
well, she does once. She does one
Oh my
time,
God.
and you're like, well, where the hell was that? The rest of the you could have helped so many situations with your skills.
She flew once in her
Yeah, in
original
her
series.
series. Wee.
Yeah.
And I liked a lot of that, but they always hit the midpoint where it just feels like padding.
Yeah.
They just need to cut it down to like
Yeah.
7 episodes or
That's
something.
cool. I'm
No,
alright
it
with
was.
that.
Jessica Jones?
The
Oh,
Defenders
no.
was. The Defenders was 7.
Defenders wasn't.
And it was
still
still
too
too
long.
Still boring.
Oh,
Jeez.
man.
That's not comforting.
Well, I'm glad I didn't give any of it a chance because basically you're all saying exactly what I.
You know,
Yeah.
I
thinking.
feel like, and I don't know why. At first, I was like, oh man, yeah, Punisher and Daredevil, that is so much better than like Agents of Shield. But now I'm like, man, Agents of Shield is so much better because they don't. It's so condensed. And they have a lot of episodes, but it just feels better for some reason. Like it's
Yeah.
not boring because there's actually action and stuff going on.
I did enjoy any time the Punisher was on screen though. For Daredevil
Yeah.
2, I was like, I'll just watch the Punisher.
He's
series.
amazing.
Yeah, I only
Over and
watched.
over
I think
again.
I only
He's so
watched like
good.
2 episodes of season 2 of Daredevil, but I would finish it just
He's
for him.
awesome. John
Yeah,
John
his
Bernthal.
episodes are the best, and when he comes back, it's the best, and it's just he's the best.
So as far as like Marvel on the Marvel movie front, like I'm super jaded and like tired of Marvel movies,
Yeah.
but I am excited to give Black Panther a chance.
Yeah, Black Panther and Thor.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Thor,
Thor
yeah.
too. Yeah,
Look
Thor
pretty awesome.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, I'll admit it. You got me with that
Yeah.
AC/DC. No, Led Zeppelin
Yeah.
trailer. You know,
Like why did Zeppelin doesn't give their music
No,
to anyone?
they don't. Do you guys remember back when
Marvel has a
School-
lot. Disney has a lot of money though.
when School of Rock came out,
Yeah.
the Jack Black movie, there's like a featurette on the DVD where he's basically like in an auditorium with all the crew members,
Yeah.
like begging Zeppelin to give them like, can we please use your song in our movie? Like they used to be like notorious for never letting anyone use
Yeah,
any of their
yeah.
songs, but
But
Marvel has the money.
And they've been in a couple. There was like a car commercial I saw. With I was like,
I don't
sorry.
think it's quite like that anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they liked that car.
They all
But no,
needed. They
yeah.
all needed a new car.
Hey, but anyone out there who wants to use Steam Powered Giraffe, I mean, just
Call us.
send us a check.
Yeah, I thought
Pepsi, Coke.
I thought Spider-Man was all it was good. It's just I know the
didn't
target
bother.
audience is a little bit younger, but
Yeah.
going into that, I was like, and Michael Keaton's performance was amazing as always.
What
And
movie are we talking about?
Spider-Man. I didn't see
Oh,
it.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
it was much better than any of the other Spider-Mans. I'll just say it. Let's give it that.
Even Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
I really like Spider-Man too.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man
It had a
2.
great game and it had a great
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, the best game. It had the best
That
game.
is
Yeah.
one of the stronger ones. but-
And Doc Ock is like he's
Yeah.
like
It's so it's campy in a good way.
Totally.
With Sam Raimi's
Totally.
like, the random like close-ups of just the extras, like that one lady screaming in the building. Like it's just like kind of out of nowhere and you never see her again, and it just kind of works.
I feel like it's such a tight movie. There's not a whole lot going on, so it's easy to like get invested in the characters.
yeah, and I mean it's Spider-Man's journey through it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the scene in the subway where they all find out who Spider-Man
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That is like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just
Yeah,
the
it's
best.
like peak.
He's a kid,
Yeah.
It's like,
I was like a teenager when that came
That was
out,
the
and I
best
was
scene.
like,
He's a kid. Tobey Maguire. Oh, well, I guess he's not really a kid.
he's like a 30-year-old kid over here. He's just like my little older
It's just
brother.
like my son.
yeah, but that was like a
Was he
quintessential
35?
scene back then.
It
Like,
also has that
He's just a
scene.
baby. But when you're younger, you don't
Yeah.
understand. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, of course. He's 18. Must be 18.
It also has that scene in the hospital that's like totally Evil Dead with all the arms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
Doc Ock, that's the best
that
part. That's
that
the
was
best
like
part.
straight out of Evil Dead.
And that kind of set the tone for the movie.
Yeah.
It's like the the Joker bit in Dark Knight when he does
I
the
just don't feel
disappearing
like
pencil.
you would
Sets
see
it up.
a superhero movie like that wouldn't exist these days.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
happened with number 3?
They needed it's all about the villain, and that's where the number 3 fell off because they had a great
So-
villain with Sandman,
Yeah,
and then
Sandman
they're like,
was great.
oh, they're like, oh, Venom and
two
the
more.
Green Goblin. Yeah.
You hate the spider. I hate the spider.
The director wanted Sandman.
Yeah.
The studio wanted the Green Goblin
Yeah.
storyline to continue, and the fans wanted Venom, and they made the mistake of not.
But
Like,
that's
they
it's
listened
like the
to everyone.
Downfall of anytime. I mean, Avengers worked, but to be fair, that was like okay. It was a good one-time thing, but as it gets too convoluted, that doesn't make for a good movie. Like the best kind of movies are like the Judge Dredd one. I think the
Man,
last one.
that is
It's just
such
him
a
in a
movie.
tower.
Yeah.
It makes
Yes.
it so much
Like
easier
The
to connect
Raid,
with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie, The Raid?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like
Oh my
the
gosh,
the
Raid is
best. It's like
great.
the best fight scenes.
If you like John Wick, see the Raid.
Yeah. And The Raid 2. Well, The Raid 2 is not as good, but like The Raid 1 is really
Like
good.
every movie should just take their story
And put it
and
in a
then
tower.
just just cut off 25% and just tell that 25%.
Oh my God.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw an amazing Sam Raimi Sandman cosplay at Dragon Con.
Yeah.
He like walked past and he had the giant paper mache fist and like it was great.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, movies. There's other movies that aren't superhero movies.
Oh yeah.
Come
Us, together. What did we say? Oh, Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Oh, Baby
Oh,
Driver.
yeah.
Did we talk about that
Baby
on a
Driver was
podcast?
really good.
We've got a list of movies.
I
to talk
feel
about.
like we talked about that.
I
Did
don't
we?
know. It
No.
was good. It was
Wait,
good.
when did we
Edgar
see
Wright, yeah,
that?
it was great.
Whatever. And
It
no
was
one.
after
No
we
one
liked-
I liked it.
I think it's out now on digital.
Oh, yeah.
DVD?
We just saw it.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
saw
saw
it
it.
with a friend.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's long.
Yeah.
Long.
So was the book.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of fluff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Did you see
said.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The kids were good.
Kids were great.
Yeah.
Kids were great. The one kid from Stranger Things.
You know what's funny is like I saw him and I was like, how was that kid still a kid? Like he was a kid in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, he was just a kid on Stranger Things.
Well, it's really
So good on him.
it's really cool for like a major summer blockbuster. There's
Yeah.
except for Bill Skarsgård, there's no adult star
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
Like
Except for all the
it's
awful
the kids
adults,
are.
I heard
all-
it was scary.
It's
Like
good,
I
man.
like
I think
scary
it was
movies. I don't
funnier
like
than scary.
I don't
So-
like jump scares.
So
Thank you. All right.
growing
I felt
up-
that way too.
growing up, I had a legit fear of clowns to the point of like tears and hyperventilating because of Tim Curry's
Yeah.
It movie that I would see on TV as a little kid. But like, it was scary at the time. Like, oh, that's a scary scene. But like, surprisingly, it wasn't that.
It's pretty
No.
campy.
It's not like I
No.
couldn't fall asleep that night or
No.
anything.
And,
But
yeah, I
like
think-
Stephen King scary is different than like
Well, his
Yeah.
books are so
Agreed,
much
agreed.
more horrible and like
There were
gross than
Yeah.
But I think
the
this is
movie
more
is.
like a
There
it's
were-
more like a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Than any other.
yeah.
I was really surprised at like because adaptations of King's books don't have a great track record,
Yeah.
and this was a really good movie.
Does the kid get his arm torn off in the beginning?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
I mean that's from that.
The book,
That's
yeah.
that
Yeah,
happens.
and the movies, yeah.
Well, yeah, I like
I mean,
kind of.
no-
I wasn't thinking about it, and I
No
forgot.
Spoilers, really. It's like it's been around
Whatever.
so long.
It came out in 1986. Okay.
No, they don't
Yeah.
shy away from it.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
for sure.
forgot that it was rated R, and then that happened right off the bat, and
See,
I was
I-
like, oh.
Such a, they get, like they
I'm
cast
not
like the
I'm not
cutest
scared
kid.
of like the clowns or the concepts, like the psychological
Yeah.
scary stuff doesn't get to me. It's jump scares. It just it
Yeah,
gets my
yeah.
heart
So,
palpitating to a point where I'm like
I have something to say about that based on like they also mentioned it in the Red Letter Media Half in the Bag review, which I watched on YouTube.
Yeah, I did too.
I am not a fan of this current fad in sound design where they have to add that really loud scary movie clang
Yeah.
like bah, like during every scene. It turns scenes that aren't necessarily jump scares into jump scares because
Yeah.
you're so startled by that loud sound.
Yeah, which isn't fair.
And
that's why I didn't see it because I don't like that.
that's my only gripe with the movie because the movie definitely falls victim to that like pandering to the general mass audiences of like
Yeah.
adding that big scary noise
That's
to
what I've
tell you
heard
this
a
is
lot
a
of people
scary
say.
scene. And it's
I can't
it
do
is-
that. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
It's okay.
Yes.
I wasn't that scared.
I
But,
I like concepts to be scary. I don't need something to
yeah, like
boo
like
to
Yeah.
scare me.
horror or
It
like
wasn't-
anything like that. I don't mind.
I think the scarier parts of the movie were the parts that didn't have that, like where
Yeah.
you just see
Yeah,
him
yeah.
standing there.
Yeah.
I'd see a
he's
movie for
himself.
that stuff.
Yeah.
but
No, the
His
makeup.
Pennywise
Well,
is
he's
phenomenal.
really good.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
the
gosh.
whole idea of him is just
Does
like
he turn
Yeah.
into a giant bird?
no.
Well, he gets like the spider
Well,
claws
okay,
at one
so-
point.
oh, okay,
This
I
isn't-
guess spoilers because
It's an
Whatever.
old
Just in
book.
case
It's
It's
an
an
old
old book, and everyone's seen this
Everyone knows what
miniseries,
happens
right?
at the end. They find the power of friendship and they overcome.
But anyway, this
Find
isn't
these
really a
rings.
spoiler, but this is only the first half. This is the
Yeah.
childhood portion of the book. There's
So,
also
yeah.
the half of the book where they're adults. This is just the the new
In the
movie is 1980s.
book, it's the 50s.
I just hope in
yeah.
the second one they show the hallucinogenics session with the turtle that created the universe.
Actually, I
Yeah.
just
They-
read.
they
I just
talked
read an.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were talking about
well,
it.
I just read an article with the director saying that, especially after the huge success of the movie, which they weren't really sure would happen, like that he definitely wants to go weirder with the second one.
I feel like it's like because if you ever like have read the book or anything, like after seeing like the Tim Curry movie, it's like wait a minute, like wait
Took
what?
some liberties.
There's even a
Yeah.
chapter where it's
It's a
it talking
liberty.
about what it's doing,
Yeah,
and what it
it's-
is, and it's like
It's a
there's so
trippy,
much
yeah.
The
like
book
scarier
is like
concepts.
over 1,000 pages long. It's all over the place, really, like as a story.
Yeah.
I haven't read it personally, but I'm a big Stephen King fan because of Dark Tower, and so many of his stories like interconnect that I know a lot lot about it.
Glad
anyway.
Dark Tower did well.
Let's not talk. Yeah, I was actually going to say we're not going to talk about that when we saw that one.
I heard that they might be trying to resuscitate it.
Just
it might
don't,
be the
just
word,
leave it.
with the series.
I don't think the series is going to
No,
happen now. Not because of
the books are so good and the movie was so bad.
Like even if like someone who didn't read the books and thought the movie was okay, would like. Okay is not going to make a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about the Dark Tower for hours. Let's just leave it at it was very bad.
It's going to take like a super fan that has a lot of money, like a producer like Ron Howard or something, to resuscitate.
You know,
it.
that's why originally Stephen King like sold the rights to Damon Lindelof
And
who-
J.J.
and J.J.
They did
Abrams
Lost,
who
yeah.
from Lost. And you know, if you watch Lost, you know that a lot of it is. There's a lot of like references and influences there from the Dark Tower and Stephen King in general. There's even some Easter eggs, like the balloon that they find on the island. The hot air balloon has like an ad for the fictional soda company from Dark Tower on it. Like there's a lot of little like Easter eggs in there that connect it to the Dark Tower and Stephen King's universe. They were originally going to adapt the Dark Tower, and then they decided not to, and Damon Lindelof basically said that he was like, I'm so big of a fan that I don't think I could live with myself if I ruin it and people don't like it.
Well, he
like,
would have
that's why
done better than
I know
what happened.
Well,
And
think about like Judge Dredd. I mean, the movie came out, the original one with Rob Schneider and Sylvester Stallone. It came out in, I think it was a mild success, maybe. I mean, it wasn't
It's got,
really
like a cult like following a bit.
It
like,
wasn't really like
I like the robot in it.
the comic stuff
Yeah.
wasn't there. But
I like the Rob Schneider in it.
the next movie was amazing, and it did not do well
Yeah.
financially. But now we're seeing like, aren't they? They're talking about like
yeah.
trying to get
Another-
another.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name was amazing. The guy from Lord of the Rings.
Carl
Carl Urban, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I think the It sequel has potential to have more Dark Tower influences than the Dark Tower movie did, just because like the turtle and with the It creature, there's a creature in Dark Tower. Like in one of the books, it's the same creature as It. So it's just like
Is there
Yeah.
blood-sucking leeches that fly? in
No.
that? Oh.
no.
But I mean, like, Stephen King like does a lot of the same demonic entities in so many of his books, and there's a similar creature in one of the Dark Tower books that everyone connects to it. Like, oh, this is the same kind of creature,
Yeah.
and
The turtle and stuff.
Wait, I heard in what was it in one of his books? I can't remember which one it was, but there's like a. Anyways, it's basically like it shows the broken town of where Pennywise was.
Derry.
Where it got flooded, and in the book in that book it's one of his another property, and on a sign in blood is written Pennywise lives.
Oh, yeah.
What is that book? I can't remember.
Um,
It's like one of his popular ones.
is it the vampire one?
Salem's
I
Lot.
don't.
No,
think so. Was it a more recent one? I can't.
Well-
Interview with the vampire.
Okay, well, I
He
haven't.
writes so many.
I haven't read.
So maybe he'll write a sequel.
Robin Hood
for-
Men
Oh no,
Nice.
he wants to do a sequel to it.
Is it The Stand?
Yeah.
No. The Stand came out
Man, I
before.
can't remember.
Man, there's so
Well,
many.
he has new ones like Under the Dome and 1122.
I'm sure there's
Well-
a podcast out there that's already picking
But
this
yeah,
apart.
like
I-
it looks
I
like he's gonna make his
Are
own
we that
multiverse.
podcast?
I almost want to say it's one of the Dark Tower books.
It might be Dark Tower.
I think
Yeah.
Pennywise that Pennywise Lives graffiti is in one of the Dark Tower books.
it might like.
But I haven't read them in a long
He's
time.
like making a multiverse, like M Night Shyamalan.
Well, he already
He's-
has
Yeah.
one in his books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Spent
it.
so much
I think it
time
is one of the
doing
Dark
that
Tower
multiverse with
books.
one scene.
But
I want a whole multiverse of terrible movies. Just-
What is he? Is he gonna?
So it's going to be
the.
the King universe.
Is he gonna be a character in each one of them?
And
Like,
there's-
like his same character.
They all
like,
team up. And
hey, it's me again. I'm the writer. Who
Well, that's
will
funny
change
because
the
in
world.
Dark Tower he's actually a character as well.
Shyamalan.
Spoilers.
what?
Shyamalan is in there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stephen King.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about Shaman.
Oh, I thought you were
That's
like, oh,
spoil-
maybe I was thinking in my own
Spoilers.
head.
Shaman.
He's gonna. It's like Bruce Willis is gonna have to go to the village and.
Well,
yeah,
gonna
he's
show
gonna
up
make
and
one though.
get some
Like,
aliens.
but no, I
like
mean,
is Paul Giamatti gonna show up
But
at
he's
some
dead,
point,
yeah.
like in the Shyamalan universe?
as
the
someone
from the
who's
water.
not a fan of
Shyamalan
scary
Vengers?
movies and clowns, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
It was
I
a
liked
really
it, yeah.
decent movie.
I also saw Annabelle Creations, which I'm like not that big of a
Oh,
big of a
wait,
fan of.
Annabelle?
Annabelle, yeah, but like it was like
it was getting good reviews.
It's very much more of like a. It was way more scarier than it was. Like there's more jump scares and stuff like that.
I think that's all that movie was.
What
from
about-
what I heard anyway?
I heard
scares,
like
yeah.
Mother exclamation point by the director of Black Swan supposed to be really good. I don't know what.
But it's
Darren
coming out.
Aronofsky?
It's
Hasn't
coming
come
out
out yet?
with Javier.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky, right?
Yeah.
The Black Swan
Black
director.
Swan,
It's
yeah.
getting good press.
And Requiem for a Dream, which is like I'll never watch it.
I
again.
never watch it.
Oh my God,
I've never
it's-
seen it, but
It's like
I
a
love
good
The
watch.
Fountain.
It's what? I love
Yeah.
that movie. Nobody knows about the
The
Fountain.
soundtrack is amazing
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's one of my go-to
Did I
soundtracks
introduce
when I'm
that
working.
one to you, Chelsea, or no?
The Fountain?
No,
We all know
I
about
watched
it.
that. I watched that way when it came out.
I remember seeing that like at Grossmont College, but like because I
Hugh
thought it was
Jackman.
like a
So good.
I thought it was gonna be like a medieval movie because in the preview
Me
it's
too.
like very
Yeah.
much.
The-
I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
Yeah.
The
And then I got
trailers
there,
were really
I was
misleading.
like, what is this? But like by the end,
was
I was like,
trippy.
oh my god.
Yeah.
The coolest thing was
This is
like
amazing.
the macro photography and stuff. Like
Yeah.
like there's
Yes.
CG in it, but a lot of the scenes aren't CG. It's like composite stuff with
It definitely
like
stands the test of
super
time.
super like
Yeah.
I
mean,
telescopic
I really liked it.
I was like
photography.
interested, thinking it was going to be a period piece, but
Yeah.
then I went in and like in the best way possible, I was like, oh, this isn't anything what I thought it was
Yeah,
going to be. It was
but it
way
turned out-
more emotional.
Yeah, but it
I
turned
remember
out really
being
good.
a lot. I don't know what the word is, but I came out of it like I liked it, but at the same time I hated it because I was like, I just don't get it. But I wonder if I was sat down with it again. It's
Maybe,
been
yeah.
like
Yeah,
many
no.
years.
The
Let's
more
say
you
watch
watch
it.
it, the more it kind of connects. It's similar.
It's heartbreaking.
That one's a little more of a edging towards a masterpiece in the same vein of like you figure it out as the more you watch it.
It's kind of like I
But-
feel like the same frustration when I watched Space Odyssey.
Well, that's like to the max.
Oh man, Kubrick though.
But what's that other? Mr. Nobody is the other one that's similar in that vein where you watch the whole
Oh.
thing.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Mr. Nobody, you should watch the director's cut of that
Yes.
one.
Yeah?
There's so much that they leave out of just the theatrical release, but
that was
the director's
really
cut is
good.
adds I would say another half hour to the movie or something.
Neto,
I still haven't
Jared.
As
watched
far as like artsy movies
dude.
go, has anyone ever seen The Fall by
Yeah.
Tarzan?
Oh,
I
That's
haven't watched
a
that.
That's
beautiful.
great.
Oh, you should.
Yeah?
It's so good.
Like,
Beautiful too.
you go into it thinking like, okay, I've seen this director before, but it's like, oh, he did it again.
Okay.
Oh
alright.
yeah,
Tarzan,
one of my
right?
favorite movies. Yeah,
Oh.
with like Lee Pace and
shoot,
it's
okay, well, on.
so good.
I just saw The Room.
The Room or
Yeah.
Room?
The Room. Yeah, so there's Room, the good movie, and then
Yeah.
there's
Oh.
The
The
Room,
Room.
I was like,
the awful
Tommy
movie.
Wiseau.
I, was like, I think he's making a new one.
Oh, that one, yeah.
What's there's? You know, I've never seen it all the way through, but
Yeah.
it's such this like
I saw it in the theater.
pop culture
Yeah.
meme that like I know so many quotes.
Are you
and
gonna see
scenes.
that they're because they're making like a biopic
that's what I
kind
was-
of.
I can't wait to see
comedy.
it.
Hi,
Because
doggy.
it's
Hi, doggy.
it's the worst. Like
I've never
I can't,
watched it.
I cannot believe that he delivered his lines this way. Like every single line from his face is just like, it's impressive how bad it is. It's impressive. Like it's so entertaining to watch. And if you go see it like in the theater, it's like a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
So like everybody knows the lines, and like there's things that people are throwing out. It was really fun. But I really want to watch it again, like as a movie. Just
I think the James Franco thing is gonna because it seems like they're going more towards like why it is what it is.
yeah. But also
Yeah.
James Franco is like a terrible dramatic actor, so I feel like it's a perfect role for
Yeah,
him.
maybe.
Wait, what?
I
What is
don't
this?
like-
He's playing.
He's playing Tommy.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
And his
Uh-huh.
brother's playing the guy's partner. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
totally.
Oh my God.
Totally.
Why is he so bad? I don't.
You watch it. It
Well,
is.
or
it's a
just-
No, I
perfect
mean
storm.
I've seen clips, but
It's a perfect
Well,
storm.
you can watch the trailer for the James Franco movie that's coming out about it,
Okay.
and then that kind of gives you an idea a little bit of like why
It's-
it was
only
made.
touches the surface.
It does,
only
yeah.
touches the surface. It's a
But-
really good watch if you want something real bad.
Dreamcatcher.
Basically, just he really wanted to be a successful Hollywood person.
It's like kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Dreamcatcher was the movie I think with the Pennywise lives. Someone just said in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, so that's there's another movie that's coming up.
I got one in that this is an old one. I know it got a lot of heat and stuff when it came out, but I keep every time I watch it, I like it even more. Cloud Atlas.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Oh
that's
yeah.
good.
I
I
watched it
I
since-
didn't finish
Chelsea.
it. I want to.
It's a long
It's
one.
so beautiful,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yet, and then they went and did Jupiter Ascending, and I was like, what?
Oh,
Yeah, I
so
don't-
rough.
It's hard to it's hard to
rough.
see how you go from that to that, but I like Cloud Atlas. Like
I remember when
Yeah.
the trailer came out for Cloud Atlas, it made me cry.
Yeah.
And like trailers, that was like I've never cried at a trailer.
I have the book. I haven't read it yet.
I haven't finished the movie. I think I like started watching it really late one night.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it is 3
It's
hours.
very long. I really want to watch it again, but
Yeah.
also like I'm never like I can't commit. I can't
Yeah.
commit to it, but like I might give it another chance.
Start when you're wide awake. Don't start
It has
going
like
to
some just great performances for how long it is. Like
Tommy Hanks. I'll watch
And
it.
yeah, in the parts that people had issue with it over social media, like it's a very small part of the film. So
And it's like I mean, I feel like the movie sets it up. Like it's not.
Yeah.
They're not trying to do anything offensive with it. It's like these.
Yeah.
You're trying to represent these same people through all. These
Right.
different
it was
lives.
an
So it's
artistic
like-
choice.
And
Like
that's
I
not-
understand
yeah.
why
Another-
people would
right.
not like it, but like they're trying to use the same actors
Yeah, I
because
get
it's all
that.
about like reincarnation or whatever.
Yeah.
you
it's
know?
supposed to be, they want to
They're
break
making
down
they're
race
making
and
a point.
sexuality,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
any other studio or any other directors, they would have just made everyone keep their
I think
ethnicity.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
a no-win situation for the studio.
well, I think
like-
the biggest thing that drew attention to it, from what I remember at the time, was that they wanted Asian actors to be cast as Asian actors,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, well, that makes sense. And for the people who aren't the ones that are, without spoiling the movie, like going through the different timeline stuff, like they are Asian actors.
100%,
But
yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like I know you understand
Right.
when you watch the movie,
Yeah.
you know why they did what they did. It's just you have. It feels like the people who complained were people who didn't watch the movie.
I mean, it's like a larger issue, I think. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just unfortunately, Cloud Atlas is an.
They had,
it is suffering from that.
the
because-
message is a good one. The people that they brought up, like, yes, of course we need more ethnicities
Yeah,
in
yeah.
films. Of course,
You know
yes.
what I found interesting is that, I mean, that not that anything's more important, but right at the end, everyone's in blackface, and I'm just like, no one talks about that. Like, no
Really?
one. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, like,
I didn't finish it.
I mean,
no one complains about that. I'm like, it's
They
all
don't
about
really
the-
Because
like-
no black people saw that movie.
you could, yeah, you could. I mean, you could, but when you watch it, it's not like that obvious. Like, it's more like
No.
because you're at that point, you're already invested in the story, and then you're like, yeah, everyone is
Right.
black at the end.
Yeah.
At the end, that's what it is.
I mean, technically,
because
that's-
we're a mix of like
Right.
every. That was the
It
idea.
has a really beautiful message.
I
and-
remember someone the other day was like, they were super offended by something like Marlon Wayans did, and they're like, I can't. Like why can't we do blackface anymore? And I was like,
Wait, who said that?
It was just like
Enlighten
it's
us,
just this-
Brian.
It's this this is one of the kids I went to high school with, and like I wanted to go on a whole long rant, but I was like, wait a second, what about Tropic Thunder? Like, Robert Downey Jr. was nominated for an Oscar for doing blackface. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? Like,
yeah.
I watched that movie recently. It feels weirder in this day and age watching it. You're like,
Yeah.
how did they get away with this?
because it's funny. It's funny, man. And Robert Downey Jr. is so good in it.
I saw Tropic Thunder like with half audio like on a tour bus I think
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
I didn't really like watch it. So my memories
It's-
of it are kind of like
it's got its
I don't like
moments,
this.
but it's not like a
Yeah.
forever Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
It's got its moments.
There's another movie coming out
Huh.
this year.
Kingsman.
Okay, yeah,
King-
Kingsman.
Every time I
Yeah.
see a trailer, I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't want to
gotta
see
show you
anymore.
that
I'm
one.
already
We need
sold,
a
but it just
movie
looks
night.
better. and
Yeah,
better.
I mean,
well,
Star Wars is coming out this year, but
Oh yeah.
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 You
None of these are the movies that I
Well,
was
see,
thinking
Justice
of.
League.
It's kind of like it's kind of
Justice
sad
League,
the way
yeah.
like Star Wars used to be this big thing, and now we're like, oh, there's another Star Wars movie coming out. Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just excited for Luke. That's about it.
Yeah,
Oh, the new Guillermo del Toro. film.
Shape of
Oh,
Water.
yeah.
It's
That's
getting
December.
really good
that
reviews.
looks really good.
That's
The
what I wanted to talk
festivals,
about.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that one looked cool.
More-
Okay, I'm done talking.
How about
More
that
Guillermo.
new Hellboy? He's really
He looks kind of like
I was like, that
He looks
doesn't
like
look
Ron
good.
Perlman.
He looks like Ron Perlman. And then I looked at Ron Perlman.
I
like,
thought
okay,
it was an old picture, and then I had to scroll back and read the description. I was like, "Oh, this is a new set photo."
Yeah,
I mean, if you compare it, you can tell like, okay, this new one looks a little more like realistic,
Comic
I
but I
guess.
feel
But
like I don't know.
comic book
They
could've
still
won.
need to do like the eyes better. He still
I
has human
agree.
eyes.
I agree. And with all the, like the stuff with Deadpool and like
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
where is
they
it?
could have done something cool.
Yeah.
But what's his name? David Harbour or
Yeah,
David Harbour?
I'll
from
go
Stranger
see it.
Things?
Just I mean,
Of
if
course.
the reviews are okay.
Like
Daniel
He
Day
kinda-
As
Kim.
long as it's not like
Daniel
5%.
Day Kim.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
cast.
Daniel Day Kim was just cast, and I love Daniel Day Kim.
I mean, obviously, I like Guillermo del Toro, and I definitely like Ron Perlman, but
Yeah, but
that
Guillermo's not
didn't
directing
happen.
this, so.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna
I'll
not
miss-
see it because
I'll probably
I-
miss the art style the most, but
Yeah.
honestly, that second one was a little overboard in
Yeah, I was gonna
terms
say,
of like visuals over story.
to be fair, like of course I like Guillermo del Toro, but I will admit sometimes it's a little too much for me. Like
I think-
his stuff is a little too weird for me sometimes.
I think
like,
Hellboy 2 is a good example of that.
I didn't like Hellboy 2. I was like
was
kind of
very-
over the
yeah.
monsters and stuff.
It needed more story.
There's
It
some good
was-
moments in Hellboy too, like Doug Jones gets a bigger part. He has speaking lines.
Anytime the
that-
characters are interacting, it's good. Like
yeah.
Ron Perlman and Doug Jones do a great job together and stuff. But
I only saw number 2 once. I don't really have a lot of memories of it.
the
I
first
just-
one's just so great. Like
Yeah, I've seen the
when
first
he's
one a
like
lot.
whispering, and he's basically like threatening the things on the other side. If they take her, he's gonna come after him. It's like that's just like
Yeah.
so fucking cool. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
I don't
I
know.
thought Hellboy 2 just had too much CGI.
1 hour,
Can
11
you?
minutes.
Yeah. What time is that? I can trim
about
that out of the
1:11.
YouTube video, and then we don't have to make it
Alright.
explicit.
11.
My
1:11.
bad. I really like that scene. Yeah, the second one was kind of because they had that kid in the first one where they were trying to like train him up to be the replacement for Chestburster guy. What's his name?
I don't
You know,
know.
Hellboy. Whatever. He's that voice. He's
John Hurt?
Oleander. Yeah, John Hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny!
And then the second one, he's in Antarctica or something,
Yeah.
and it's like it just stole everything that they set up in the first movie. Like, okay, so that was a waste of time, I guess.
I guess they just realized he's not important. No one cared about him, I guess. But
I don't
but I
think he was
like
available,
I like
yeah.
movies that do that where you are seeing everything from that character's perspective. It's a great way to introduce like how else could you say? And here's the team. Like you bring someone new in, so the audience is that new person.
The
Basically,
oldest trick in the book.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
welcome
so it makes
to the-
sense
yeah.
that they did that, but then they
This
just throw
guy
him away.
does
Like,
this guy does that. Yeah.
and then he dies, and like, well, now you know all these guys.
Yeah.
You're good. Let's just go start from there. So that's why it felt weird, I guess.
Yeah.
What about video games? We haven't talked about video games in a long time.
Anything good?
What about Brian? You have never talked about video games with us, have you?
I've never talked about video games with
On
you.
What? I'm
podcast?
sure we did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
once.
Yeah, I'm sure we're talking about video games, but I've got nothing right now. There's nothing going on.
I see you playing games every once in a while on PlayStation.
Well, my roommate plays games too. So
Oh, so it's not always
Oh,
you?
yeah.
not always
it's-
me. Yeah.
So I shouldn't be judging you or anything?
I mean, you can judge me all you want.
He's
Yeah.
online at midnight
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
this or that.
He likes
Like,
FIFA and like he
Oh,
likes all
I thought I was like, oh,
games.
did Brian pick up the new FIFA? Are you?
No, it's definitely the old people. I pick up games with like $10 on my
Yeah.
PlayStation. I'm like, oh, sweet, $10. I'll buy that game. But yeah, I want to try the new Uncharted game. I hear that's really good.
oh,
Wait, the fourth one or the one with just the females?
The
that came out?
females in it. Yeah, I hear it's really good.
I have it, but I haven't
Yeah.
had time.
Those are always fun. I mean, they're simple games, but they're always like a fun one time through. But yeah,
my problem with games is that I'm very selective with games. I don't play like a really wide variety, but the
Yeah.
ones I do get attached to are like ones that are very time consuming.
Uh-huh.
And like lately I've been so tired and everything that
It's difficult.
I like look at my little selection of like, what do I want to play now? And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I want to play all of these, but I don't want to commit like for
it's a
4
lot.
hours.
It's a
Like,
lot.
so I just end up not playing anything. But I've been super into Ark ever since June,
Oh,
and it
word,
just
yeah.
like officially released.
Ark
Yeah.
Survival
Ark,
Evolved.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So-
bought it. I feel like I bought
On
it. With it.
PlayStation?
Yeah, but like the
I wanna
pre-order,
get
so
it
I'm
on-
sure it's.
I want to
Sure
get it
it's
on
there.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
I've been playing it on PC, and like I'm really into that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put some
What
time
about
in.
you? I don't know. I just like
Come on.
I have no energy to start something new, so I've just been like sinking hours upon hours into my 12 game
Final
right now.
Fantasy?
Yeah, I mean I've played 12 a million times, but I'm like doing all like the hardest bosses in the game now, so I'm
Yeah.
just like grinding. That's all I've been doing.
You got that super secret invisible bow.
I did. It's like the best bow in
It
the
looks
game.
really
Or the
dumb,
best weapon in the
but-
game. It looks really dumb because you're like shooting
Shoot
it and it's
nothing.
like invisible. But then you just like kill them. It's like KO in like one hit.
Yeah.
But it's still hard to do all the.
I haven't even.
bosses.
I like did the tutorial portion of the game, and I haven't touched it since because I've
What's
been,
wrong with you? It's your favorite
Yeah,
game.
yeah, I know, but I've been so consumed with Ark and taming dinosaurs, and I'll get to Final Fantasy 12 eventually.
They just announced Okami for PS4, and
Oh,
that's
yeah,
also one of
yeah.
my favorite games ever.
I have never played it. I meant to pick it up
What?
when it was on PS3. But
What?
no, I haven't
Well,
played it.
when they put it on PS3, it looked absolutely beautiful because it was HD and like
Yeah.
the visuals are the best part of that game. So I can't even imagine how good it's gonna look. so good.
What about Bunny?
You know, I've kind of given up video games, and so I have more time to play Warhammer and paint and stuff. I mean, I think for me, like, I still like video games, but just looking at my wallet and like how much I was spending and the amount that I was playing, it just wasn't adding up.
Yeah.
So like, and I've also just kind of wanted to disconnect, and like being on my computer, like even just playing games or something, like I end up finding myself doing other things that just that are not that's not connecting in the real world.
Yeah.
So like painting and stuff, it feels like I'm keeping my creativity charged. I don't know. I think I just need to,
That's good.
to
Well,
disconnect.
I do
was
that.
gonna
I do that
say,
with books.
It's
I
not
take a
like
break
buying
from them.
buying a video game isn't expensive, but I'm just curious because you would play a lot of like online like MMOs, right? And aren't those
Yeah.
like you have to pay monthly?
Yeah, and I usually switch between like one or two.
Yeah.
But it's just like with you, like from what I'm hearing from a lot of you guys, it's like you just don't have time. Like you gotta pick and
Yeah.
choose what you want to play.
Like when I was younger, like when Final Fantasy 12 came out and I was 17, like I just sunk hours into that game. Like that's all I would play. But now it's like I have more of a life and more responsibility, and like I just kind of feel defeated when I look at what I have to play, and I'm like, I really want to play this, but I can't imagine like sitting
Yeah.
down and
I
investing the
feel the same.
I
time.
usually have one game and then I play that right before bed or something.
Yeah.
That's usually what it is. Like, it's rare that I'm taking a day to play a video game, but sometimes,
That's fun though.
most of the time it's like
Yeah.
a few times a week after like I'm done with work, I'll play a game and then I'll watch a little bit of TV or a movie or something, and then go to bed.
I also am like, I know not everyone is like this and can switch very easily, but my brain is very like, if I'm playing one video game a lot, I find it really hard to immediately switch over to another one.
No,
like I can't
yeah.
play two separate games in one day, because like after playing like 3 hours of one game, if I switch to something else, I'll be pressing all the wrong buttons. Like,
Totally.
wait, this isn't jump in this game,
get
and it's
that
like
too.
I have to expel an entire video game from my body until I can before I can pick up another one. Like I can't switch over very easily. So like I can only play one at a time.
You have to clear out your queue, and you always have those games like, oh, if multiplayer match happens sometime, I have these games, but I never get to those. Like,
you never
it's
play
usually
it.
like, oh, someone comes over, we play it once, and then we never touch it. But the next game coming out, that's already out,
Divinity
that I would be
2.
playing probably right now if it wasn't for commitments to this podcast.
Oh yeah, it came
And
out.
and doing some other work before
Divinity
you guys leave.
2, which is an amazing game.
Oh, snag.
It's called. It's actually. It's not Divinity 2. Divinity 2 is a different game.
Oh.
But that's made by the same company. This is actually Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh.
It's a game in the
My
Divinity
bad.
series. So it's the games are pretty much classic pen and paper RPGs, but done in a video game form, and there's not anything quite like them. It's a little bit of the Baldur's Gate. It's a little bit of the Neverwinter Nights. It's a little bit like Dungeons and Dragons tabletop like games, but it's done in such a way that it feels like that's what you're doing when you get together. It's one person save. You can create characters in it, and then
The first one was nice, but I feel like the second one is
it refines a lot.
Yeah.
of it. And it looks a lot nicer too. But I mean, this is a company much in the vein of like CD Projekt Red with The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
It's like they're an independent company, but they're making a game that's like
it's like a it's
AAA.
It's
you
a
know?
very true RPG, like very.
Yeah,
It's all about the story.
I mean,
like,
there's other ones that are like Tyranny and Pillars of Eternity, which came out more recently, which are kind of like that. But those are more like the Baldur's Gate kind of stuff, where it's very like real time, controlling the whole party, and it doesn't feel as like a
it's-
tabletop, you know.
Yeah, that's basically what it's turn based. So it's
Yeah,
it's,
so
it's,
Divinity
it feels
Original
like a miniatures
Sin,
game to me. Like
that's what I like about it.
games like XCOM and Shining Force and
Yeah,
SteamWorld Heist. Like I love those types of games.
I sunk a lot of hours into SteamWorld Heist. It was
fun.
I haven't finished it, but I really liked it.
those hats.
But see, I don't
Like
really
that.
care for like D&D style like turn-based games. I get really bored with them, and like they don't really interest me. And it was slow going at first. I started playing Divinity Original Sin with David, and like for the first couple hours I was really frustrated with it, but then like we just kept playing, and it actually got me into like I probably couldn't play other turn-based games. Like this one's probably more unique for me. But I ended up really liking it, and I'm excited to start too.
To be fair, the first one has a pacing issue, but the second one, so far from what I've played in the early access, it doesn't.
The
have
first
that
one's
at all.
pretty brutal too. If you, especially those first couple levels, if you die, like It's
Yeah.
I mean, really
it-
bad.
I don't
Like-
know, yeah.
I remember at one
I think
point,
there's nothing we could do. Like,
Yeah.
I died and I was like, well, that's the end of the game. There's no way to resurrect me now.
There is.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
well, before.
We had to look around town and try to find
Yes.
something.
Yeah,
like
go talk to the cat,
before-
buy a resurrection scroll.
But yeah,
tried.
that's what I was gonna say. Like at one point,
tried.
really early on, like we were in like a dungeon area, and I died, and you literally had to walk all the way back to town through like 3 areas
Yeah.
to buy a resurrection scroll and come all the way back to my grave.
But eventually you start getting portals, and then you know, like, so there is a pacing issue with that game because it feels like I when I play it, I'm like, wow, to get a regular gamer into the game, it's going to take a little bit. Like for me, obviously, I'll invest a little more time, but I feel like that's the growth, because I mean they released Divinity Original Sin, the first one, and then they made the enhanced edition, which has controller support,
And
split
it
screen,
looks
drop
really
in,
good.
drop out. Yeah,
It looks amazing.
but that's the
I
first
think I'm
one.
gonna
The
make a
second
lizard
one,
lady.
they just did that from the get-go, and it's not on consoles yet, but it's on Steam, and it still has controller support. It has split screen online. You can play with up to 4 people.
And it has so many races that you can choose from.
they have that new like dragon
the
lizard,
lizard people are awesome.
person
yeah.
race. I'm gonna make one of those.
And
I
all
think.
their races are like I mean, dwarves are pretty standard dwarves, but the elves are like, they have like 12 packs on their abs.
Oh, they're super
All
creepy
elves have
looking.
12
They look
packs.
like aliens. They kind of look like their body proportions kind of
Are you
remind
gonna
me of
s-
Navi.
Are you gonna start a campaign tonight?
Yeah. Yes.
Invite,
yeah,
invite
it's a word.
me.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the way
Uh-huh.
that the
Uh-huh.
Divinity games start is the host. It's their game, and whoever creates characters for that game, they're the host's characters, but you're just playing as them. So when you log off, you don't take your character with you.
So if-
it's more like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
So the
where,
character I make on there would stay with you.
Yeah, and then when I
Yeah.
play without you, then I'm
he
stuck
could
playing
use
your character.
Yeah, he could use your character.
But because it's turn-based, it's like Dungeons and Dragons. You can actually assign certain
So
characters.
you don't want my character like following you around when I'm not playing.
No, but it's just
What
like
happens?
it's one of those games where you're basically like you start it with a group, like kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. Here's the group of people I'm going to play this game
Oh.
with when they're all available, and then I mean,
Yeah.
but that's why it's easier with like 2 people. But
I'm
but
being kicked
I
out of the game, guys.
but so I'm just saying multiple different games would be the way to do that.
So literally like
Like
all
I
the
would
characters that you start with continue to play through. They don't like stay in a hotel or something. They
No,
have
no,
to
no.
they have to follow you.
Yeah, it's a little confusing if you're based from other games like Diablo. It's
I
not
see.
that. It's
Okay.
it's that you're coming in to help play one of the.
that would be annoying.
so you can create the character.
I'm not saying it's
but
annoying.
technically is.
I'm saying that that's just how it is because it's a campaign. It's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
It's like you can take out that character, but it's basically if I started a game single player and I created my one character and then I recruited a bunch of NPCs in the game, if someone joined that game, you can assign that player to one of the characters.
Oh, I see.
And that's how the game works. So I don't know. It's the.
Well, anyways, from what I played in the beta, it looks gorgeous. Looks to be an improvement on the previous one.
So that's the plug for if you like tabletop games, but you like video games too. It's
That's
a
the one for
good
you.
good crossover. Like if you already like Dungeons and Dragons, I know you'll like that. There isn't a game master mode where you can actually be the dungeon master, and
Cool.
that's cool. But I think that's the only video game that I'm. No, I mean there's other games.
Red Dead
Did we-
2.
Did we
Red
talk
Dead
about?
2.
Yeah,
Red Dead 2.
Battlefront 2 come
Forever.
out.
Battlefront 2
2's in
November.
November. Yeah,
November.
Yeah.
that
You
looks
got
pretty
that,
good. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard-
hope it's
Birthday present.
Yeah, birthday
Battlefront-
present.
Battlefront 2 for the PlayStation 2 or whatever was just,
It was-
miles above the first one. So I hope they make that step.
It looks like it.
I want better lightsaber.
It was fun
battles.
for like a couple days when all your friends were on there.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
first
all
one.
dying
Oh, yeah.
together, and then it was like
PS4,
replay
yeah.
value wasn't
Yeah.
so good.
Well, as far as the
There's no single player campaign.
yeah, the original 2
Nothing.
on what PS2.
Yeah.
I
That
think
was good.
Camille and I
I
are like
love
in the
that game.
really
I
weird,
love
strange
it.
minority where we didn't like number 2 as much as 1. What? Even once number 2 came out for PS2,
Darth Maul.
we played it for a little
It
while.
wasn't
and we're
about
like,
those. It was about being like the.
we were just so attached to the
Just
first game
killing
that
each other.
all we would do is like we'd play the droid army and the clone army,
Yeah.
and we just like slaughter each other. We'd like do the one-on-one matches.
Yeah, I didn't care about the guest
I
characters.
loved
It was all about killing Chelsea in the most unique way possible.
But like the very first Battlefront is just like so nostalgic for us because it came out at a time when like we would just
We were kids.
we
Yeah.
were very young and we would like do nothing but play that all summer.
Yeah.
So it's like when 2 came out, it like wasn't as magical. It's
think-
like
I
I want to
David
play
and
in
I-
space.
had a similar story, kind of.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
played one.
We played on PC though.
It's really those kinds of games are really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was excited to see that in the new Battlefront 2, they're putting in
screen?
the split screen like versus mode that
yeah.
we remember from the very first
And
one.
droids and clone troopers.
So we're like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they
I
did.
was
They
like,
did.
Camille!
They did patch that into the last battle.
Yeah, but I'm
Maybe,
not
but
trying
I
to
had
get a
already
patch.
stopped
I'm trying
playing.
to
Yeah,
get
me
it-
too.
just
I went
trying
back
to get
and
it from the
see,
beginning. All right.
My favorite
So it's gonna
part
be fun.
about it was like when Chelsea would play as the droids, and you'd kill her,
Oh
and when
my
they die, they would
God.
just explode, and they just go.
Well, like we loved the sound design for the very first game because like the clone troopers were so dramatic when they died.
Who thought
jeez.
of like comical war clown robots? Like why?
Yeah.
Why was like, oh, I'm gonna die, but here's a little joke.
It was it was George Lucas. It's George Lucas.
Yeah. No.
it's a movie for his kids. He made it
Yeah.
for his kids.
But I think also some of the charm of the very first one for us was because it was like kind of not designed well in some levels.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this one goddamn level, like every time it was the Kashyyyk
Yeah.
island level. If you played as
That
the
was the best
droid
one,
army,
though.
Which
you
was always me.
no, although I played as the
Oh
droids.
no, sorry,
So
yeah.
when you played on this island level, and if you played as the droid army, they always spawned you out on that little tiny island,
Okay.
and you had to run through the water
The
to the
whole
beach
thing, yeah. While everyone else
to
is
capture the
blowing
thing.
up. Yeah.
And like every
Meanwhile,
single time,
I'm like setting up my defense of this. Like the backdrop is like a wall.
Yeah.
Like
she's like sitting there with her sniper,
Yeah.
and I have nothing to do but run
And there's no
straight,
There's no
no
rocks or
cover,
anything. It's just-
no cover. I just have to
gotta hope
run
they're
to that
worse
base,
shot.
and like I was like, this
I remember
isn't
my sniper
fair.
gun.
Oh,
Every
dude.
single time I would like almost make it to capture the base, and she would just explode me. And I was like,
remember that.
oh
That's
my
so
gosh,
funny.
so many great memories of that game because it was like not designed very well.
Well, I'm sure none of those will be in the new game, but
I hope so. No.
Just recreating
Kashyyyk.
those maps.
More Chewbacca, please.
Good time.
I don't know. Do we ever talk about? Because there's been a lot of video game conventions announcing all those stuff. I don't know if we had a podcast since
I don't know.
I don't know.
E3
I think
was
if you,
E3 and stuff.
we
Yeah.
talk a lot about video games all the time, so it doesn't really.
It's hard to know where this podcast ends and when.
It begins.
What else is
Yeah, I'm
there?
like not
Oh,
excited.
Yeah,
do we have questions?
Question.
Yeah,
We-
we've been going
we
for
haven't
about
asked
an
for
hour and a half, so let's
questions.
do some questions.
I mean, I haven't asked for questions ahead of time. We would be reading whatever
Oh.
comes in on the chat.
Yeah, let's do a few.
So
and then,
let's,
and then we'll call it because it's already been an hour and a half or so.
All right, yeah.
And we got to do some work before everyone takes off.
Well,
We'll
I'll
make
just
some pancakes.
read a few. Do you guys play D&D together?
Scrummy gingerbread.
You want some?
No,
We haven't really had time.
we've tried a few
tried.
times, but there's just it never works.
Wait, what?
Do what?
Do you ever play D&D together?
I don't-
Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't like Dungeons and Dragons.
My cousin, like I told you before, he just set up like a brand new castle, and he's got like voiceovers for it, the entire
That's
thing,
cool.
and he's got a bunch of Warhammer stuff. in it.
Warhammer's cool.
So we want to
See,
go
I
up to
find
Temecula. We can
I
go.
like the concept of D&D, and like it would be cool to start that up, but it's just like time is.
It's a lot.
It-
That's
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
time.
think,
Oh, yeah.
I think we had 2 sessions last year before it fell
It was
apart.
fun. Like David was a great DM.
We did,
and
well,
we had a lot of-
before that, like with Steve, and we must have been doing it for 5 years or something, like
yeah,
consistent. But after a while, it definitely felt like I have a job that I need to go and do it, and it felt like. And at the end of a work week, I'm like, it's fun, but at the same time, I'm like tired, and I
It's
just
work.
want to.
Yeah,
It's like it feels like I should be doing something
more productive.
But but when you do have those moments of like I prepared for this, I want to do it, like then it feels good. But you can't get that consistent with a whole group of people all the time.
It can be hard. That's why I kind of like getting back into board games and miniatures, just because the sessions are like maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. It's just easier to pick up and put down. And there's not a whole lot of waiting. Like the waiting's the worst part in Dungeons and Dragons sometimes.
I mean, it can go fast. I've been a few times, but the worst part is when people haven't played in a while and then they forget all the rules, and then it's like
Explain it
that
every 2
drags.
seconds.
And of course, the first few sessions, if you're starting with new people, it's like that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, but once you're when I was playing with like we had a group of people, like once you left and stuff, like everyone knew everything, so it went really fast. But even then, like your DM will favors some people more other than others, and then
I kind of felt the same way. It's just kind of like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? It's too much time to invest in it.
Yeah, but it is fun. I like it. And of course, in video game form, that's why I like, because it's also telling a story at the same time, and it's fully voiced over too. Did I mention that?
Cool.
Even the narrator is voiced this time, so that's really nice.
Should be.
So
That's great. I'll have fun playing it alone.
You can play. I was just letting you know, like, we'll probably have our own game going.
No, I get it. Yeah.
If you want to start a game with us, it's
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's fine.
I don't have time to like approve these or whatever, so I'm just gonna try and ask some. That
Okay, here's the gamble questions.
No, okay. So here's one. Have you ever thought about doing a concert without makeup?
All the
I don't-
time. I mean, we just keep wishing that it would be as popular and not being characters.
It would never be the same thing. Like, no one. I don't imagine people would want to pay money to go see that. People want to see the robots.
You do a whole bit about us just putting human makeup on.
I mean, we could do it. We could do acoustic shows, like a acoustic YouTube video, maybe acoustic YouTube concert with like 3 songs or something like that. That's totally doable. But I think that would take away from what Steam Powered Giraffe is for sure. Because I don't.
I mean, I think our music's all right. Like, we could definitely make it work. It just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, it's not what. It's
Like,
not what people come
and
to
plus, are they
see,
asking? Do we still do the robot characters? Because
Well, that's what I'm saying. We do robot characters and human makeup,
I
and then they make it the bit
People
the entire
bots.
time.
I mean,
You do people bots.
that as far as someone walking past the stage, like, what's this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't explain
No,
it,
no.
but by looking at it, that's
Yeah.
that's dude. I don't think that's. I think that would work against us.
Yeah, but it's so much less time.
No, yeah.
oh my gosh,
Us,
it would be
us
so much
personally, of
easier.
course, we'd love not to have to
so
put
many,
makeup on.
So many less showers.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Yeah, the prep time is the worst part about Steam Powered Giraffe. Like, it's just so
yeah, once
much
makeup's on,
makeup.
it's like, wow, my life is complete. I don't. It's
Everything
the all
else
easy
is
street.
I don't know how other bands like, oh, you're working real hard, are you? Yeah. I mean, I know you're working hard because everyone knows you're on stage, but when you have to do that and put on
Well,
makeup,
yeah.
like, oh my god,
It's hard enough to
And
do a
costume
band
and-
sing and give that energy, but add all that other stuff on top of it. I mean, yeah. But I don't think the question was, why is Steam Powered Giraffe harder work than other bands?
No, it's just have you thought about doing a non-makeup show? But that wouldn't really
No.
be Steam Powered Giraffe.
It wouldn't
Nah.
be. No.
But we could definitely do we could do a live stream. We've done acoustic live streams before and stuff, so you never know. That's possible too. Of course we could do stuff like that.
Well, oh, that's from one of
start a
the.
new band, the Humans.
What is this? Is great. This is from one of our previous podcast roleplay sessions. When will you be incorporating Hypexia moonworms into the show?
Those are already on the lore page.
Yeah, they're
so.
lore.
What?
Hypexia
They are?
moonworms.
Yes, those have been.
I don't
You
know.
think I just pulled this crap out of my butt?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, at one point, yes, we did.
Yeah, I mean, you can find more info about that.
Okay.
Well, no, you know
well,
what? I don't think the
I'm
lore
gonna
is
hang
like
my head in
readily
shame then
available.
because I don't know all the
Oh,
lore.
Yeah, way to go.
it sounds like I just made it
I
up,
don't-
but no.
Okay.
Sure.
It's
They're-
part of our
they're
lore.
worms that come from Hypexia that have infested the moon.
Yeah, go to the cavalcadium.com. You can find the lore section all the way at the
They're
bottom.
dimensional traveling. Hypexia is more of like it's in space, but it's like to get there faster, you can go through a dimensional portal.
Cool. I mean, this one's been asked before, but yes, I'm sure we would love to do a Lying Awake music video at some point.
Yep, we want to
When we
definitely.
get time.
Of
We get a
course-
lot
of course
lot
it's in the cards.
Requests
This
for
is
that.
it
Yeah.
right now. We're gonna
No
cut
more
this-
music videos ever.
This is
Cut this
it.
up and then like
Find
not again.
find every word to the song
not
somewhere
here,
in
not-
this video.
Well, still, well.
Will you be making any more Walter Worker instructional videos, like how to make the bed?
Those
Okay,
take a
those-
long time to make, so I don't think we
I-
will.
Well, those take a long time to
No, it took a 5 seconds.
We like pooped those
And
out
we-
because we were already in makeup.
We didn't rehearse
No.
much.
No, I think
Nothing.
I think the
Everyone
last
was like,
one-
"Oh my god, new content!" We're like,
So, yeah.
we just like it took 5
Are they
seconds.
doing well? I have not even looked at.
I
Yeah, no.
guess.
If don't go look at how many views they have because it'll make all your art streams, all your stuff that you've put time into. No
you-
one cares about that.
I just need to make
Make a
random
video
videos.
about the robots in 5 seconds that you didn't even think of lines beforehand,
Yeah.
and you're just improvising.
And
Boom, boom.
more-
So much
More views than a music video.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
All
like,
right,
no,
that's what
of
we're
course, of course, we appreciate the views, but
How
yeah,
long
it's
is it
like
taking-
kind of depressing. When it's like
Basically-
that's more popular than a music video.
Basically, we
Yeah.
make them anytime we're conveniently already in makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
basically.
a
the,
cool
the
style.
serial
place
one
as
only
well.
happened because we had just done the panel and the photo
That's my
ops
favorite. I know there's
in
only
UK.
two, but that's my favorite.
And I felt,
Yeah.
you know what? I
Well,
probably just because it
we-
was a spine. That's
'cause
probably
we,
why.
it took us like two hours to put
No, I
makeup
think it
on,
was Chelsea's
and we were
performance.
only in the makeup
Yeah.
for 2
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
So we felt
You gotta
like,
use it.
well, let's make a little bit.
That's
of
what I
use
felt
out
like.
of
I got to,
makeup.
even though I was tired, I was like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
My
Here,
favorite
just,
part was when Zero was the special guest for, and they're like, okay.
the, the rest of it falls flat, but that part, that's
so
gold.
that's what was funny to me.
yeah,
me
everything,
too.
everything
Like,
else
that-
wasn't
that's
funny.
why it was funny, because the rest of it is like
Well, you're not even there.
whatever.
Well, that's because the spine's
But-
in it.
yeah.
That's why
Okay.
it's not working.
Never mind.
All right. Well,
Um,
anyways.
But yeah, how long is it taking for me to? I've even forgotten Robotime Steam Show. Like I had to think for a second what the name was. How long is that taking me to edit? Hello.
Well, when you're only working on one thing yourself, then that's
my
it.
gosh.
Like,
Yeah, those videos are. I mean, I used to do like little rabbit videos on like Instagram and Facebook, and those got a bunch of hits.
but yeah, at a show, it's usually that's the most convenient time to do stuff like that, and
Yeah.
and sometimes you will, but a lot of the times it's like it's the last thing on your mind when you have, because we're not. I
Do
mean,
more content. Yeah.
we're doing other stuff. We're packing stuff up. We're
So
doing
yeah, we're gonna
autographs,
do it. We're gonna do
other
more, tons
Wait.
more.
A million
Oh,
more.
I was really confused by this, but I think I understand now. How are Zero, Chelsea, and Camille Jr. doing? The dolls we got in these.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Miss Twyla, I
How are
believe, is
they
the.
doing? They're
Very
doing
good.
amazing.
Ours are at our house.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl. Yeah, it's also been sitting at David's house, creepily, in a chair, staring at him while he sleeps.
I don't.
So,
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
it wasn't a chair, but I wasn't
I'm
sleeping.
pretty
next
sure
to
that's
it.
exactly what it looked like. So, so I'm gonna talk to him, see what goes on here.
a lot of work. A lot of work.
He's like, David never works at all. He's always playing that video game.
What video game?
The dinosaur one.
You sound like a grandpa, not knowing what a video game is.
He's playing the sticks on the computer, the stickball.
Yeah, pretty much. All the time. That's all I do.
Sorry, I just have to like read what comes in. Will you ever make a tutorial for the robot noises?
Well, I guess we haven't done anything. We haven't even been done a real. I mean, there's makeup videos you can watch on the Engineer-eteers site,
No,
but we haven't really done the sounds, and we haven't done the movements. We haven't done any tutorials, quote unquote, on that stuff, which we should, I guess, because it's not like there's too many resources out there. I'm sure there's like popping and locking tutorials,
Yeah, you're right.
but not as far as like creating a character. We should do that. Will we? Who knows?
Popping and locking
This-
tutorial.
Wait,
I watched
this is when
I'd watch them, I guess.
David-
No, this is for you.
I know what his favorite song is. It's that
Oh
pink
yeah,
If only the band was for our
just gonna
entertainment.
this is one for just David. Not
Just
real,
me- okay.
just, not really. But I'm just out. What's your favorite song?
song. What song has followed you around recently? It has to be your favorite song, right?
No.
Okay.
David's favorite song is "Who Knew." By
All I
Tate.
know is that
All you knew, who knew?
if 3 years from now, someone,
Are these the lyrics to "Who
yeah,
Knew"?
someone, it's you'd be long gone. I'd stand up and punch them out.
Whoa!
I have no idea what this song
It's a pink
Whoa.
song, and I literally when we were at Dragon Con, it was like every single. It was at the convenience mart. It was in the hotel lobby.
Uber.
It was in the lift.
Uber.
The
I
lift,
remember
yeah.
the lift, yeah, I remember that.
And like, how is this even possible? And then the drummer from Pink followed me. I did not mention it. I mean, it was just like a social media person following me.
But what are the odds
moment.
What are the odds?
after
though?
that weekend?
Like, I didn't mention it in any of my social streams, so no, it's not like, oh, the drummer saw that and was like, I'll do that. It was just
I like
random.
friends with them.
You know, because some artists just literally befriend everyone because that's their social media
And then
person
they
strategy.
unfriend you. They unfriend you. So
No,
it's like
I mean, I unfriended him because I got that generic direct message saying, thanks for your support. Here's my new book. And da-da-da. I'm like, is that why?
Gross.
Wait, you followed him back?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to see like, is this a legitimate?
Yeah.
And then I got that message. But he did reply though. He's like, timing is everything. When I said something back to like, so
Oh.
Steam Powered Draft fans could see like,
Hilarious.
what are the odds? And then
Yeah.
he's like, timing is everything. I'm like, Come on, you're social media person.
You guys are like best friends now. Should we call him?
No.
We can have the
Collaboration?
drummer from Pink. And we can promote his new book. Instead
But,
of
It's a win-win.
What's his book called?
But no, I mean, I'm not a fan of
Drummer
that song.
for Pink.
It was
By
just
the
funny.
drummer for Pink.
I believe it's something like how to bring your A game to every performance, something like
when
that.
you're drumming
I
for
didn't.
Pink.
I don't remember. I read it once. I read the
You read the
link.
book once?
No, I read the link once.
A game.
It's something in that vein, like how to bring your best to every performance, something like that. So it's definitely a book
That's cool.
for. No, I don't know why I'm talking about it, but it's
We're getting a free.
Where can we buy this book?
everywhere books are sold. Come on.
Can we get him on the podcast?
Special guest.
We don't have
Just put in
any.
this code on Amazon. You can get one for 50% off.
Originally, we had aspirations to get like special guests here, but we don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know the drummer from Pink now.
Or
Be
social
like,
media.
We
That's
could
person,
do.
at
We
least.
could. We could literally
big
do
one.
FaceTime. We could plug in like just the audio and do it a screen. Like,
Let's just play Pink Who Knew right now. Yeah, special guest.
no, then the video can't be monetized.
Oh.
Well, it could be, but they're gonna take a cut.
No.
Or the record company will be more accurate. So let's not do that, and let's keep that.
Let's do one more question, and then
Oh, and if anyone gave us a tip, because this was a usually our podcasts our videos are exclusive for Engineer-eteers, which is kind of like our Patreon program for Steam Powered Giraffe fans. But every once in a while we do free ones just to kind of like say, hey, look, we do these as well. And we thought this one, since we hadn't done it in a while, would be a great place to do a free YouTube one. But if you want to listen to more of the videos, or watch and listen to the podcasts, like Engineer-eteer site, that's steampoweredgiraffe.com/engineer. Also, the podcast's available in audio format on a bunch of places, everywhere you can listen to a podcast. It's basically there.
Cool.
But yeah, what you were saying now that I've done the plug for the...
I was gonna say let's do one more question.
You want to pick one?
No.
I mean, they're
I'm
all
not
kind of
good.
things we've been asked a million times
What
before.
if-
I'm
what
trying
if-
to find
what
a
if-
unique one,
what
but
if-
there's.
What if we ask each other questions?
Whoa.
Hey David, you wanna learn Warhammer tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hey David, can I play your video game with you tonight?
Do you own it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you own a copy?
Yes.
How long before he finds out? I don't own it.
How can I get a copy quickly? Can I borrow your copy?
No, that's how games work. Not anymore, anyways, because discs are dead. It's all about digital now.
Isabella, who are your art muses? Do you have a
my
muse?
Yeah, I like
Muse, the band.
Da Vinci and Dolly and Bern Hogarth and Tim Burton and music-wise it goes on, but
You know who my favorite artist is, and I guess I don't draw that often, but when I do draw, I feel like I'm influenced by him a little bit. Is Yoshitaka Amano, who does those like beautiful, like not watercolor, but he does these like very
He does all the logos for
beautiful
each Final Fantasy.
Yeah, he
game.
does the logos for Final Fantasy
and the concept. art.
He does like really pretty concept art of all the characters, and his art is very
Yeah,
inspired
I
by
know.
traditional like Japanese
yeah, he's
art.
great.
He's my favorite artist, and his flowy lines are
Yeah,
very
he has a really nice style.
influential on my sketching.
Pancakes or waffles? Waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles. I mean,
Now all the good questions.
Yeah,
are coming.
waffles.
Well, I
And
mean,
more
I'm not-
They're
specifically,
all good. Sorry.
Belgian waffles.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
turn
of course,
down.
Belgian.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna turn down a pancake, but it has to be like maybe one.
But
I
if,
like
if both of them were
flapjacks.
sitting in front of
Is that
you,
a difference?
you'd eat the waffle.
Oh yeah.
Is there?
Or-
There's
I was just wondering
But
if
if
you
there's,
know.
if there's also spaghetti, I'd take the spaghetti.
But if they were,
But if waffles were
Like,
there,
have you had spaghetti recently? Like, it's so good. Like,
I don't know.
yeah, I had
Good
it in
concepts.
like
Atlanta.
it's so basic. It's so good.
Spaghetti?
yeah.
Spaghetti.
Oh,
Oh,
Spaghetti's
spaghetti
pretty good.
meatballs.
I had spaghetti too, but it was on my chicken parm.
Just
spaghetti.
Oh.
I had classic.
Sorry.
spaghetti.
Whatever, it was there.
One more comment
good
because it's for
marinara
me.
sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted the Walter worker closest to David to know that she reminds me of River Song from Doctor Who.
Whoa!
Funny you should say that.
That's
Yes.
all you'll ever be is the Walter Wilkins, David.
Yeah. It looks like a river song.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I used to cosplay her, and I actually started watching Doctor Who just because so many of my friends said, "You look like River Song. You should watch Doctor Who." And we.
That's how it works. If you
Yeah.
look like an actor on the show, you have to watch.
No, but me and Camille met Alex Kingston at Dragon Con. It was really fun. So
Yeah, there's actually if you follow CPenny or on Instagram, you can find that picture somewhere. Are we ready? Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's end the show.
Switch it up. Let's start with 0, then go to you, and then me at the end.
Wait, but then that was a podcast. Okay, I see.
So all we need is Chelsea. You want to?
Yeah, sorry. So answering a question.
Okay, so who's starting?
Bryan.
And then who's it going to?
And then you.
Okay.
And then I'll do the ends.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
That was a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It's a
Bennettarium.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Woo on the Bennettarium. Oh, Lord, it's a Bennettarium. And we had lots of fun.
Okay.
All right, y'all have a good
y'all come back now.
a good week. Thanks for joining us.
This was fun.
We'll see you in another 2 months. I'm
We
just kidding.
appreciate your patronage. You listening to this or
We'll see you
watching it on
next week.
YouTube.
Maybe after Lockport.
Next
Yeah.
week, December.
I don't know if we'll be able to do it next week because of rehearsals,
Next
but this weekly podcast is usually a weekly podcast. But when we have shows and stuff, it's usually bi-weekly and then 2 monthly.
2 months.
Okay, I have to get up
You
to.
like
those days.
podcast every decade.
I have to get up to stop everything.
Okay,
Uh,
we'll
enjoy it.
entertain them while you're gone.
Love it.
We'll do all best David Michael.
It's
Bad
like
impressions.
how it dances in the movie.
I can't wait for that gift to come out.
Is that what
Bye.
David does? I don't know.
Thanks
I'm waving.
for joining us.
See you later.